34 years.
At Diamond Dave's, it's all about the diamonds and the savings, not paying for high-end retail locations or the overhead of a mall.
You stand to save big time with our by appointment professional office approach combined with direct importing.
When you choose Diamond Dave's, you choose huge savings, top quality, and excellent service. Call, email, or message us for an in-person appointment.
Or sit back and relax for free FedEx shipping anywhere in the USA.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Let's go!
ABC Wednesday, country music's biggest night, the CMA Awards.
Let's party, Nashville!
Kicks off with this year's must-see collaboration, Post Malone featuring Chris Stapleton, live. With electrifying performances by Lainey Wilson, Shabuzi, Ashley McBride, Luke Bryan, plus Thomas Rhett and Teddy Swims. Woo! Luke Bryan, Peyton Manning, and Lainey Wilson host the CMA Awards live Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
In most countries of the world, Porte means door. United Porte Custom Doors, located in the Scottsdale Airport Design District, is now open with over 40,000 European doors, all in stock, ready for delivery, and at wholesale prices. Designers, contractors, builders, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Porte, Porte. Stop by to see and feel the quality at United Porte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
Hi guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
Sports betting apps are not created equal. Dylan Cohen from Beat the Book here to talk about the Sport Trade Advantage. With higher payouts, Sport Trade is the ultimate sports betting experience. Sport Trade is the first sports betting app that gives you the option to see the odds expressed as probabilities, and it's changing in-game betting forever. If it's easier to understand 52% probability of winning versus minus 108 odds, then Sport Trade is for you. With this percent odds feature, cashing out now makes much more sense. As the win probability changes, so does the value of your bet. And if you're an experienced bettor and prefer American odds, you'll get pricing closer to minus 106 versus the normal minus 110, coupled with instant in-play betting. No more spinny wheels. So download Sport Trade today to see the difference and beat the book. Use promo code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet you place in your first week. Terms apply.
Sport Trade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 3 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I don't understand this text from the Last Optimist. He says, I know the Fantasy King said to play Tyreek Hill, but he only logs over 100 yards. You know, if he's arrested before the game, and I don't see any news stories on him yet. But that was all he said. So I don't think there was a news story. Why would he be arrested? You know, I don't understand what you're saying, Last Optimist. Big George says, Get past all the dumb crap he says. He's wait, we talked about that yesterday. Let's talk about the part that you brought up just there. ASU beat the snot out of GCU. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say they beat the snot out of them.
They beat GCU, but that was a good ball game.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a few minutes. There's other things that we need to talk about first. Right now, Randy, today's your day. It's National Drummer Day.
Hey, all right.
And
let's jam.
And National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day.
Hey, that is my day. All
yeah,
right.
go clean out the refrigerator because you are a drummer.
Yeah.
So it's the law. I don't make this up.
Thank you.
By the way, yesterday we told you was National Pickle Day, and Grillo's Pickles launched a limited edition cucumber dill pickle flavored toothpaste.
No, thank you.
No.
That's how you know they're part of a satanic cult.
Have you ever tried anything other than that mint flavored toothpaste, like cinnamon flavored toothpaste?
No, I like to keep it sort of normal with the
Keon?
toothpaste.
How about you?
Yeah, just whatever. I don't know. Like I get.
It's always mint flavored, right? I mean, you don't
Mint-
try like cinnamon flavored or bubblegum flavored, anything
no,
like
none
that,
of
right?
that. No.
I accidentally got into one of my grandkids' toothpaste. It was like bubblegum flavor. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't ever do
Now,
that.
when I was a kid, I didn't like that, and that's they marketed that to kids because they think you're a kid. Oh, you want your toothpaste to taste like bubblegum, and I don't know. My parents got it, and then I gave that a shot when I was 10. No, not a fan.
Yeah, I didn't like it then either.
Not a fan.
I don't do. Why do they do that? Just keep it mint. The toothpaste companies keep it mint.
When did we decide it should be mint? Why mint? Why not
Well,
some other
it's,
flavor?
That reminds you of clean, fresh breath.
It is sparkly. It is cool, sparkly,
Right?
clean.
And it
Yes.
has that refreshing feel when you're done brushing your teeth.
Yeah. See, and why would you ruin that feeling for millions of people by putting something else in it, like orange?
Well, what do you think would actually fit if it's not mint? Let's say mint didn't exist. What would
Whiskey.
what would a
Whiskey
flavor
flavored.
be? Like orange, lemon?
No,
Whiskey
That's
flavor.
zesty.
I don't want zesty.
No.
I don't want very many flavors at all when I'm brushing my teeth.
Have you ever had milk after you ate an orange? It's terrible. I mean, it
No,
tastes
I
like
just-
vomit.
I don't do that. That's just a bad idea. Whiskey flavored, yes, Lost Toby. I think we agree on that.
Yeah.
Although then again, I don't know. You got to have something different though, too, don't you? Because
Why?
if you're brushing your teeth with say pizza flavored toothpaste after you've
now
eaten
that's-
pizza, how will
that's an
you
idea.
know?
Well, that's true.
I don't want that flavor for cleaning my teeth.
Well, I'm just saying, mint is about the only thing that hangs around later, and you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's in large part because you don't eat a lot of mint. Like you can put some mint in a dish, but like that's a garnish. You're not like the dish isn't mint flavored.
No, the girls will drink a mint julep, but that's
What about mint jelly for lamb?
I've never even had that. I don't know.
Isn't that like normal to have like lamb with mint jelly?
I don't eat a whole lot of lamb. It's kind of I don't care for it.
I don't want.
Gotta
any
be honest, I
toothpaste
don't
that
like
tastes
lamb
like
either.
Any meat. I like lamb.
I like it in a gyro because they put all this other stuff in it that kind of takes away that sort of gamey taste. You know?
Do they put the mint jelly in there?
My
No.
mom makes a good lamb curry. It's nice.
The lamb curry?
Anyways, we kind of went off.
What
you
were
know,
we talking about?
well, National Drummer Day. Go clean out
Yeah,
your refrigerator.
yeah.
So that's
Okay.
it. That's
Yeah.
all.
There we go.
The other thing, I just want to start off talking about this. We can get it over with because Keon is going to be aggravated by it and he's going to get grumpy because
Not
you know,
really.
the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight tonight on the Netflix. I think it starts the main card, which I think there's still some other fights before you get to Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, starts at 5 p.m. our time on the Netflix. I don't know what time they'll actually fight, and I'm still sort of confused by all this. I don't understand how Netflix is making money off this, and how much money did they have to pay to have this thing on the Netflix? So one of the things I see is the prize money. Jake Paul gets $40 million for the fight. Tyson gets $20 million for the fight. Why does Jake get more? Well, he's the promotional machine behind all of this stuff. And, that is just the way I guess they did the math, right?
Because nobody is tuning in to watch Mike Tyson fight necessarily. They're tuning in to watch Jake Paul lose.
Hopefully.
That's what you hope. And so that's why he's making the bulk of the money. Like that's
Look, well, the other question is how much money are they putting up as a purse, right? How much are they fighting for, so that they get paid 40 and 20 to show up, but the actual purse it's estimated, not verified. They're saying it's probably as high as $80 million.
Here's what's going to happen.
They should tell us what that is.
Here's what's going to happen right here. I can tell you right now what's going to happen. How many rounds is it expected to go?
4 is the number that's floating around out there.
All right.
Yeah, that somebody's going to be knocked out or just tired by 4.
At the end of the fight, it's going to be a split decision. Jake Paul is going to end up the winner.
And that's how you know it's a fixed.
They're going to split the pot. Is what's going to happen.
That will be how you know for sure the damn thing was absolutely 100% Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather fixed. And that's not going to make people very happy. Here's the odds on this. I'm sure you guys talked about this on Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen earlier. So Tyson is the underdog, and he's at plus 160, unless you got different numbers than that. I see him right now as plus 160, at least according to DraftKings.
He's been moving around between 160 and 180.
So that means $100 on 58-year-old Iron Mike. If he wins, then you get $160 profit. If you bet on Jake Paul to win at minus 200, you'll have to give $200 for a wager just to make $100 profit. So that is the way that looks right now. And I think really don't bet on this. It's probably fixed.
Yeah.
It's likely fixed. It's a bad idea. Do not put is Dylan Cohen putting his money up?
No.
Okay, good.
Even though this is the most bet on fight of all time.
That's what I heard. How much money have they seen flow into this so far?
I'd have to pull up the number exactly, but let's see here.
What makes this the most bet on? Just the most amount of people have put individual bets on it?
See, what's happened is people remember Iron Mike from the back in the days when he was indeed Iron Mike. Mm-hmm. And they're all going crazy because Mike's going to thump this Jake Paul character. But see, that's not going to happen. He's 58 years old. B, it's going to be past his bedtime, so he's going to be lethargic. C, he's stoned 3/4 of the time because he owns a marijuana farm.
Yeah, that's the biggest factor.
And number 3, this is a fixed fight.
Yeah, might be. There's here's the thing. Here's the part that people have to also consider. This is what's going to make me actually take a look at things. It might be a fixed fight, but Mike on the inside might be like, I'm not going to go by the script.
Maybe. You're wearing 14-ounce gloves. The script is weighed to your hands. But it is
Pierre, boxing is not fixed. This isn't boxing. This is not boxing. You can't call this boxing. Nobody should call this boxing.
Most boxing matches don't make enough money to warrant being fixed. So like boxing isn't fixed. This is not a boxing match. This is an exhibition. This is I don't know.
The magnificent Mr. Mormon says, I subscribed to Netflix just to watch this fight after seeing Mike Tyson slap the poo out of Jake Paul. Jake Paul is going to beat that old rapist into submission. You actually went and got Netflix for this? Well, I guess that explains why Netflix is paying these guys a couple $100 million at the very least for this fight. So magnificent Mormons might actually finally subscribe to Netflix. I don't know anybody who doesn't have Netflix.
I don't have Netflix.
There are a few.
That's the OG of streaming platforms, and there's still a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah, I've got the Netflix.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have Netflix?
I got T-Mobile, so.
Yeah. Oh, you've got T-Mobile. I have T-Mobile. Does that mean I have Netflix too?
I know that there's like a thing that they've got with like first responders, and my mom being a nurse falls under that, and so like
you're hijacking your mom's code words, eh?
No, we just We just share it. She's
Never
allowed.
ends
She's
for
allowed to
moms,
add.
does it?
She's allowed
It
to add
never
3 people.
ends. It never ends.
Well,
for
well,
parents.
first off, of course,
I
it
tell
doesn't,
you,
but
right, Jeffrey? Hey, let's speak the truth here. It never. The kids are always on the take from the parents. Always.
Yeah,
it's free.
Well,
No.
yeah, for you.
Also for her.
Oh, well then, why are you sharing? If you got it free, why are you sharing stuff? What are you gonna understand? Wait, so
she has it for free, and she's added her family to the Netflix account.
Well, I'm doing it wrong because I'm paying and sharing it with everybody that shares the same last name or roof. So
yeah. Yeah, I shared the same last name as my mom. So I'm on the
Last Optimist says drop Netflix when they started promoting child and it's all bleeped out movies. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about, Last Optimist. And by the way, you got censored by your own phone. Child starts with an S. Movies. I don't know what that is. 2968 says my favorite toothpaste flavor is bubblegum. Not a fan of mint. But yeah, mint, it can also cause a gag reflex in some people. Strong mint. Latina Leprechaun says, hi, Jeffrey. I was successful in getting a ticket for yesterday's GCU and ASU game at the Footprint Center. That was a wonderful game. Great atmosphere. I hope this is a rivalry that we can have every season, alternating every year at GCU's house, ASU's house, and the neutral Suns Arena in the middle. It might always be there. It might always be neutral because the ASU can't walk in there and think that they're just going to be okay playing with the havoc in the background, all havoc all the time. And it's not fair to always do it, at ASU's house. I like the neutral location because then the havoc can still show up, but it gives ASU and their curtain of distraction a chance to show up. But last night, let's talk about that game. It was almost all tied up at the half. And, you're like, ooh, this is as advertised. But then ASU just came out and pulled away with the help of this freshman that they've got over there. Joseph Sanon. Is that how you say his name? Yeah. Joseph Sanon, 5 3-pointers. He walked away with a career high of 21 points and he had 13 in the first half. But I'll tell you, the ASU looked pretty good here. And remember, GCU is a good team. They're not just some little fluff team.
Yeah, no, GCU is really good. There's a reason why they were the betting favorite going into that gate. They started the season off to their usual GCU ways. They were winning big. They were handling opponents like they always do. And then they were getting Tyon Grant Foster back, which in retrospect, you wonder how much playing him was a great idea just because that is his first game back. There's a difference between being in shape and in basketball shape. And he was going up against Jaden Quaintance, the other freshman that's absolutely important for ASU. Jaden Quaintance was huge in that game. The offensive numbers for Quaintance, not big, but defensively, he was able to stop so much of what GCU wanted to do going to the basket, making life miserable for those guards going in and making things really difficult for Tyon Grant Foster as well. I was really impressed with Jaden. I thought, he has a lot of growing to do on the offensive end of the floor, but the defensive end, he's a dominant force. And that's going to play in for ASU as well. And then Sanon kind of picks up the slack offensively, where he's that shot in the arm that ASU could have used a year ago. They just didn't have stuff like that last year, where ASU starts to go down, not even by a lot, 8-9 points. And it just felt like they were out of the game. Like it was just over. They couldn't figure out a way to get back in it. You got a guy like Sanon who, if he's going to continue shooting the basketball like this, he's going to give them opportunities to win games that last year you could just chalk up as losses.
So, all right. So I guess that game where ASU got duked, people might be looking at ASU wrong. They might be looking at ASU wrong. They are underestimating them when they get to them. Do you think that has something to do with this? I mean, ASU is doing pretty good right now, 3-1.
3-1, and the one loss was to at the time number 6 ranked Gonzaga. They lost that game by 8. They battled in it. Not a moral victory, but just a sign that this team can play better. There is another level that they can reach. yeah, I think that you should not overlook this particular ASU basketball squad who, if they're able to put together some wins this year, maybe beat some ranked opponents along the way, playing in the Big 12, which is the best basketball conference in the country, they could find themselves ranked at some point, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens in the next couple of games. They'll probably take the next couple of games, right? To get them ranked. I mean, you're not looking to see them ranked this week.
Yeah, I mean, even the next couple of games, I think they'd have to play better opponents than who they've played. They've got St. Thomas coming up next, and then Cal Poly after that. Like they should win those games pretty handily. But they've got Florida in about 5 games over in the SEC. It's not a great Florida team, but that's a Power 4 conference game. So I think that there's going to be an opportunity for them to be ranked, but I think it's going to take more than a few games because there's some cupcakes coming up.
Gotcha. Well, cupcakes are good. I like cupcakes.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, speaking of ASU versus St. Thomas, I know it's Friday. I was supposed to give the remainder of these tickets away yesterday. I totally forgot because, just did. So I'd like to give away some tickets right now if we can. And this is for Sunday at 6 p.m. Over there at ASU. It's St. Thomas. It's basketball. So you want a parking pass and a pair of tickets? Text in right now. Hey, I want some tickets. And we'll do a random number generator thing, and we will get you the tickets if you are the winner. Simple as that. I want them ASU tickets. Text that in, and I will put you up for it. Bronco Bully. By the way, that's a new texture there, isn't it? Bronco Bully. I saw
Bronco Bully.
Yeah. He says, I'm a country boy and I'm a bully. All right. So we don't tolerate bullies around here unless it's just, sarcastic, sort of smart ass bullies. But if you actually start bullying, well, we're going to take you down. Just understand that. As long as bully is in the fun way and not like, I don't want to see you at a remote, like grabbing a guy by the underwear and hoisting him up on a doorknob and taking his beer from him. I don't need a guy like that around. But as long as you're just a fun bully, well, welcome to the club. Anyway, so all right, I got you in there, Bronco Bully, for the random number generator drawing thing that we will do. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We got a lot more stuff to talk about on this Friday. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. This update brought to you by Sport Trade. Download the Sport Trade app and use code VSIN to earn 10% cash back on every bet in your first week. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
NBA, the Phoenix Suns are in Oklahoma City tonight to take on the Thunder. The Suns are coming off a loss in Sacramento against the Kings, dropping them to 9-3 on the season as they continue this 4-game road trip. The Thunder are 10-2 on the year. They're a 7.5-point favorite over Phoenix tonight, minus 325 on the money line. The Suns plus 250 with the over-under of 228.5. Kevin Durant continues to be out for Phoenix with a left calf strain, suffering in a win last week against the Dallas Mavericks. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
It's fall football on The Fanatic. Catch all the live game play-by-play, Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday day and night NFL games, plus the Saturday NCAA football game of the week. It's all right here on the Valley's home for football. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym. Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get. Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me. I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real? Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean. And it's made a difference for you? Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom. Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves? Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text POWER to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text POWER
STAR to 321321. That's POWER to 321321. Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Now open in Scottsdale. It's United Forte Custom Door Showroom with 40,000 Euro doors and hundreds of state-of-the-art designs and finishes on display, plus kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, and more, all at wholesale prices. Builders, contractors, designers, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Forte, P-O-R-T-E. Stop by to see and feel the quality. United Forte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
Sunday night is football night on the Fanatic.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the passing attack of the Bengals head to Los Angeles to take on the stiff-necked defense of the Los Angeles Chargers. Can the prolific passing attack of Joe Cool to Jamar Chase soften that stubborn Charger defense? Find out Sunday night at 5:30, live from Los Angeles.
Your home for the NFL in the Valley is 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Let's get caught up on the text line real fast. Bat Flipper says, Tush Push made famous by Hertz and the Eagles, made infamous by Latina Leprechaun. Happy Friday, gentlemen. What? Lost Toby says, Google just showed me that bacon-flavored toothpaste actually exists.
No.
No, thank you.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you know what's not good as you think it might be? Bacon bits. Yeah, you put them on the salad because they're not like actual bacon, it turns out. They're just bacon-flavored, crunchy, break-your-tooth bits. Yeah, so I was very disappointed in the bacon bits. Big George says, Keon, how are you getting free Netflix when they crack down on password sharing? Do we need to report you to the Netflix police?
No, they allow you to depending on what level of Netflix you have, they allow you to share a specific amount of accounts with your family. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and by the way, George, snitches get stitches. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were a snitch. Also, like that's a weird thing to do. But no, I'm perfectly well within my
client
rights to use. Yeah,
privilege, attorney privilege. Boy, I'm just going to report you to the bar. Hurry Harry says, I'd love to have them ASU tickets. Bet you would. You're in there. Last Optimist says, okay, earlier he was saying he dropped Netflix when they started promoting child movies. And it turns out he was saying sexploitation. Why does your phone like ban you from saying sexploitation? Says, as long as Cuties is in their library, I will not subscribe to them. I have no idea what that is.
I don't know either.
I guess some movie that he thinks sexploitates children. I have no idea. Yeah, not cool if that's what's happening. I don't know. I guess we should look into that. Lost Toby says, you got to make your own bacon bits. Oh, we do. So here's what usually happens on a Saturday or Sunday morning. I'll get up and I'll make bacon. And the house will smell great. And then my wife and I will have a nice breakfast. And I'll have a couple slices of bacon, and that's it. And she'll have a couple slices, and that's it. And then we still have the rest of a pound of bacon. Well, that goes into the fridge and is brought out and chopped up into bacon bits a la Lost Toby and put into, the rest of the eggs and whatever for the breakfast for the rest of the week. So it's not too much bacon. It's not bacon all at once, because back in my day, Randy, whole pound of bacon was not enough bacon. Yeah. I would eat all the bacon in one sitting. I just bacon after bacon. Hey, you want some bacon sandwiches? You know what bacon sandwich is, Keon? Bacon sandwich is piece of bread, mayonnaise, crap ton of bacon, bacon sandwich.
That sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great for the arteries. I'll tell you that
I'm
much.
sure. I mean, it's a fun time for your taste buds.
Yeah, taste buds great. Even later,
Yeah.
your stomach is like, ugh. You're like, I don't care. That
it
tasted
was lovely. But
great.
for your ventricles, no, not so much.
Blah, 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 blah. So I know about making my own bacon bits. You know,
If
because
Jeffrey knows one thing, he knows about making bacon.
I'm making bacon
I mean,
every
wait,
week.
oh my God, Jeffrey is an ace bacon maker. Right
Randy is the grill master general.
Mhm.
I'm the bacon czar.
Yeah.
I make some serious bacon.
Yeah.
Bronco Bully assures us he's not a bully. He says, I only bully myself and occasionally my two sons. Well, it's not called bullying. That's called parenting. So you're all fun. You're good. You're fine.
Yeah.
George says, hey, Keon, hey, not going to report you. Okay. Safe place.
There's nothing to report, Big George. You just informed me, though, that you are the only snitch that I know that is so willing to snitch that you have just told me that you should report me to a thing. But again, I am, with Netflix's permission, I actually am connected to my mom's account. So I have my own account underneath hers.
He says, I was on the same account as my mom and brother, but I got kicked out and I couldn't log in. Mom and brother had to go in and pay extra for an extra profile outside of the household for me and my family. Just wondering how you're skirting the rules so I can do it too. Why is everybody so hard trying to work the system for $10?
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm not skirting the rules. Is the thing.
You just didn't read them correctly, George, which is a little bit concerning since you are a lawyer.
Yeah, it's just we have a certain amount of profiles. My brother already had Netflix, so he's paying for his own. We didn't have a profile for him, and my mom refuses to actually pay for it. So,
So last night, ASU and GCU played, and I wouldn't hang your head if you're a GCU fan, right?
No,
that wasn't like you got completely destroyed. It was a good game, and ASU just kind of pulled away at the end, right?
Yeah, I mean, ASU had at a certain point in the second half, it was very close. They went on an 8-0 run. And GCU just wasn't able to get back in step with them, but like they were fighting the whole way through.
Yeah,
and the game wasn't really over until there's like maybe a couple minutes left.
Yeah, so nothing to hang your head about. Also, something to be very happy about. Yesterday, the news came, and we were wary of it because it sounded like many of the jokes that come across the text line here on the Daily Blender, and it turned out. It's real. GCU Golf has signed Harry Cox. Harry Cox. They got Harry Cox. GCU Golf has Harry Cox. And I'm holding up on the YouTube picture of Harry Cox.
I'm assuming you have men's golf.
Yes. And there he is, signed Harry Cox.
And that's the picture I was looking at the other day when I said he's not a particularly hairy person.
No, he doesn't look very hairy.
Yeah, no beard. No.
God bless him. Boy, that's.
Yeah, if I'm at Christian University, I'm saying, are you sure you don't want to go by Harold?
Yeah.
Could we just Harry Cox? Okay. Hank Cox. That's maybe Hank. No, just Harry Cox. Harry Cox. Okay.
That's HARR, not HAIR.
Right. Yeah, we should probably clarify that.
Yeah.
And what other derivatives of Harry are there that they could try to talk him into? There's Hank,
Harold.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mr. Cox.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's real.
That's real.
Anyway, congratulations.
Lopes up.
Yeah. Oh, Harry Cox. Big George says, is it Cox like Cox Cable?
Yes.
I can't even read the rest of what George said. It was so wrong. What's wrong with you?
Big George is having his own personal Friday show.
He is.
All by himself.
He is.
That was dirty. Slow Mo Zo says, well, they must use the ball washer a lot.
Mm.
Let me tell you, I've never been hurt so bad as when I tried to use one of those.
Oh yeah.
That's
bruised for a week. Easy. Yeah.
And it's just the hard part is getting up there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about another freshman in college. It turns out he's going to be a freshman for another year. The world's tallest teen, 7'9", Oliver. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Rooks. He's in Gainesville, Florida there. Yeah, I don't know what the name of the college is. What is the college there in Gainesville?
Florida, the University of Florida.
Oh, that's why I saw Florida all over the place on this. All right. Well, I didn't know. I mean, it's like saying people call ASU Arizona. It's like, no, we're not Arizona. We're ASU. We're Arizona State University. So you see Florida all over the place in a story. You can't assume anything.
It's UF and it's Gators.
You know what? F
UF
you.
Gators.
Yeah. No, F you.
Same to you, pal.
Why are you cursing me out right now?
I wasn't. I was
You just
explaining it's
did.
the University of Florida. I didn't say anything to the contrary.
I'm squinting. See, that's the thing. I need a squint button, like so people know when I'm squinting at you. If I'm squinting, there should be like a noise, or I don't know. No, that's the
Groin
torn
pull.
rectum noise. Yeah. That's yeah. Well, back to 7'9" Oliver. So they decided to redshirt him, but I don't know if he knew. I don't know if he knew enough English to know that they redshirted him. Because the coach said, he went down the bench and he says, "Hey, I just want you to know I'm not trying to be disrespectful here. I'm just not trying to burn your year by putting you in for 30 seconds. You're a redshirt freshman." And he's like, "What did you like? So yeah, they have decided for him. They've decided that the Guinness record holder, tallest freshman, is going to be redshirt. He's probably like, "Why did you bring me here? And why you're redshirting?" Because here's why they're redshirting him. They want to redshirt him just so he can learn more. They're trying to teach him more so they don't waste his first season. But this is a good idea. This guy's probably going to go to the NBA pretty quick, right? A la Wembanyama, right?
No,
no.
He's
He's just not as good.
Yeah,
Let me get this right. As a redshirt freshman, he can only play 30 seconds this season.
He can't play at all. He was sitting there and they were like, he wanted to get into a game. And he's like, "Yeah, you can't, I can't just put you in there. If I put you in there, it wipes out your redshirt status." And he was like, "I want it in the game." So,
yeah, I mean, you'd love for him to get in the game, but if you think that he's unpolished, it doesn't matter how tall you are. If you aren't skilled, you're not going anywhere. And they know this. So they want to get his skills up first before they use that year of eligibility, which is smart, actually. And he's not going to the NBA because there isn't an NBA team that would draft a 7'9" guy that's not coordinated, that doesn't know what he's doing around the basket. You can be tall, but like we've had guys that were 7'5" or whatever in the NBA before. Taco Fall.
Yeah.
Taco Fall didn't do anything. Why? He's not a coordinated person.
He fell down a lot.
Yeah, he's big, but okay.
Well, I guess they'll see if they can get him some coordination.
Like what makes Victor Wembanyama scary is how skilled he is, in addition to being just a massive human being.
Why did this? Okay, here's the thing. Wembanyama, French guy, right? Where did we get him? He was playing in France. He was playing internationally. That's how we look at this kid. He's something special.
He's playing in the French league.
And how old was he when he came here? And how old is this kid? I'm just saying, why did he come here? Why didn't he stay in France and follow the Wembanyama path? Why did he come all the way to Florida?
He's 18 and he's from Canada.
Oh, that French.
Yeah, so he's not French. He's French.
Oh, yeah. Nothing good happens in Canada. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Now that makes a lot more sense. Maybe they should have sent him to
syrup. And then I think Victor Wembanyama was like 19 when he came here.
Should have gone to France, not the penis of America. Why would you go to Florida? I mean, on purpose. I feel like it's a world record tall guy could go wherever he wants.
It's just cheaper to play basketball in front of the scouts here in college if you're coming from Canada. If you're in France, because Victor Wembanyama was playing professional basketball in the French league. So why would you cross the ocean, go to a culture that you don't understand as well? Canada's much closer to understanding our culture than, it is to understanding France. You come here, you play in front of the scouts that live here. It just is easier.
I just don't think I'd ever want to live in the penis of America.
Yeah, well, the fact that you allowed Florida to talk you into playing college basketball there and not any other school at any other place that's on you.
Well, it's language barrier. You think? Maybe he's just like, I don't know.
If you're a French Canadian, you know English. You refuse to speak it, especially to Americans who don't try to speak French, but you know it.
Now I don't like this guy.
You can't have beef with an 18-year-old.
I got beef with an 18-year-old who's
Okay.
7'9".
All right. Well, good luck with that. He's 308 pounds.
I'm going to get a step stool. I'm going to slap the bleep out of you. That's what's going to happen.
You might need a
Wait,
step
I'm going to
stool
need a
stacked on
ladder.
top
I'm
of
going to get a
another step stool.
ladder.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my ladder. You know, the kind they cut the nets with? Yeah. He's like, I do not need this thing. I just cut the nets myself. Yeah, okay. That's true. You would not need a ladder for that.
Yeah.
I need a ladder, but I'm going to do it. Your ass is mine, kid. Okay, that didn't sound right at all.
No. Mm-mm. Phrasing.
You got to use context clues because he's 7'9". You can't even reach it. What difference?
Someday, Oliver.
Your head would be right there.
Someday, Oliver. Let's see here. Bronco Bully says, do you agree that Wembanyama has the purest shot from a big, perhaps in the last 25 years or even ever?
I don't know if it's the
25?
purist, but it's up there.
25?
Who else would you put above him?
I don't know. I'm just thinking. 25 years is a lot longer than you think it is, and
it is. But I can't think of another
shot.
big man.
The shot, though, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's
pure
not
shot.
He's not talking about any other aspect of the
I
game.
can't think of anybody who's got a real sweet, pure shot that has ever been that tall.
Who was the San Antonio Spur? Not David Robinson. They played at the same time, though. The other big for the
Tim Duncan?
the
Tim
Spurs.
Duncan.
Tim Duncan. There you go.
But Tim never shot threes, man.
Yeah.
Well,
like
that's
Wemby's shooting threes and they look good and they go in.
Yeah.
Tim was like
I bet
mid-range.
Tim Duncan had practiced threes coming up. He might have been.
Yeah, but he played it in a different era, and he also started playing basketball way late in life too. That's the other aspect of it. Whereas
I don't know,
Wemby
Bronco
was a
Bully.
guard that had a growth spurt, so that's part of the reason why he could shoot.
Can't think of anybody. And remember this kid came up on the heels of Steph Curry, and so everybody shoots threes now. Everybody came up trying and learning. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe nobody. Beer Bob says Oliver's ass might be the only body part you could reach, Jeffrey.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
There's another part of him that I could probably, but it'd be really awkward. And
It would be like a speed bag.
And again,
Yeah.
he is 308 pounds. If he were to fall over in pain and land on you, you would be trapped.
You got to be quick. Bat Flipper says, what about Nowitzki? Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk was a good shooter.
Yeah. Dirk,
Very Harry agrees.
Dirk's a great shooter. You could put Dirk up there at number one.
How tall was Dirk?
Dirk
He was
Dirk
7 foot,
footer.
wasn't he?
He was a 7-footer. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then that's how tall Wembanyama is, right? Just 7? Straight up 7? Or is
No,
he
Wembanyama's
more?
like 7'4".
7'4". Ain't no 7'9". Just saying.
Yeah, but
We'll have to see what Oliver shot into
7'9"
being.
and can't dribble, has no basketball vision, and low basketball IQ, doesn't do anything. I don't
How
care.
do you know? You've never seen him play.
I got the video of him right here.
Oh.
all his shots are like 1 foot from the basket. He's playing against kids that are like at his waist.
Mm.
That doesn't tell me how he's going to work in the NBA, and I'm sure it's he's not doing anything, man. Like we're just gonna be honest
Swazman
about
says Shaq was the most dominant big man of his era lately. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean he had a sweet shot.
Yeah, we're
Shaq
talking about
didn't-
shooting ability.
Shaq could barely shoot a free throw, let alone a 3-pointer. I
Yeah.
mean,
But
pure
inside,
dominance.
That's where
Yeah,
Hack-a-Shaq came from, is because he couldn't hit a free throw.
he was a big inside guy. He couldn't shoot outside to save his life.
Hefty Lefty says at 6'10", KD is sort of a big man height-wise. Not much more pure a shot in the game than from a tall guy.
Yeah,
And-
if you count Durant as a big, it's weird because Durant doesn't play that position. He could, and in some of the small ball lineups that the Suns use and that the Warriors used when he was over there, yeah, he was the center, but Kevin Durant doesn't usually play that position.
Moist One says Andrea Bargnani.
Oh, Air Barks. Oh,
You talking
man.
about the blind singer?
No. Andrea
Oh, that's,
Andrea Bargnani. The thing with
Oh, that's
Bargnani,
Andrea Bocelli. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
sorry,
can't,
Moist
can't,
One.
can't count Bargnani just because Bargnani, whatever it was that he was doing rookie year in the league, he stopped doing every other year after that. And whatever happened to that dude? He just vanished.
Yeah, I just answered your own question on that one. Yeah. Swazman says, okay, tall shooters from back in the day, Sam Perkins from the Lakers, Robert Horry, Big Shot Rob,
Yeah, but was he really like? I don't know. I think we're talking about
where do you qualify big? I think it's over 7.
I mean, I don't think it has to be over 7. But did you play center? Were you the center? Robert Ory wasn't the center. No, that to me. That's my only thing. Did you play center? You know, because I'll count you if you're like 6'11", 6 in that range. If that's the position you were playing, because that's why Tim Duncan's name came up. Tim Duncan was like 6'10".
Hefty Lefty says Porzingis has a shot too. Yao Ming had a great shot.
Porzingis has a shot. I don't know that. I like Wemby's shot better than I like Porzingis. And Yao is another victim of the era he was in. Like if he played now, maybe we could say that, but he didn't play in an era that let him do that nearly as much. Yao was good though.
We got to take a break. So let's do that. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk some college stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, coming up at 4:20, it's time for Keon Rose's college football dance party. And I don't know, probably talk a bunch of NFL too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sports bettors, we've all been there. You have a live bet lined up. You check the odds one more time, place the bet only to see the bet delayed by the spinny wheel, line move, and your bet rejected. My name's Alex Kane, and I'm the founder and CEO of SportTrade, Arizona's newest sports betting app. At the core of the SportTrade offering is our probability-based odds. In other words, the Cardinals may be offered at 55% odds to win, a lot simpler than minus 125. Place your bet at 55% odds, and as your win probability changes, so does the value of your bet, giving you the ability to cash out with total control. And the best part, no spinning wheels. Live bets on SportTrade are instantly accepted. Download SportTrade on your iPhone today and use code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet in your first week. Terms apply.
SportTrade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
You can live out your MasterChef dreams when you find a professional on Angie to tackle your dream kitchen remodel. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
In most countries of the world, Forte means door. United Forte Custom Doors, located in the Scottsdale Airport Design District, is now open with over 40,000 European doors, all in stock, ready for delivery, and at wholesale prices. Designers, contractors, builders, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Forte, Porte. Stop by to see and feel the quality at United Forte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
Download the Fanatic app. News, scores, social media updates, and more on your smartphone, on your tablet. The free Fanatic app, available at the Google Play Store or the App Store, and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. People still trying to nominate their purest, smoothest big man shot. Beer Bob says, well, you guys know that I'm from Illinois, so nothing smoother than a Bill Cartwright jumper. LOL. Bat Flipper says Joker has a nice shot too.
It's an unconventional shot though, which is why I wouldn't say it's like the purest shot I've seen. It is a good shot. The ball goes in, which is the most important factor in there though.
Let's talk for a moment about Jalen Billingsley. Do you know who Jalen Billingsley is?
Yeah,
he's he's Eastern Michigan player there, and I think he's an Eastern Michigan player. Eastern Michigan was playing with IU Indy, and he was trying to get back on defense, and I guess whatever was in him came out of him. He just started throwing up. All over himself. He was throwing up while he was running. He was at a full sprint. He's throwing up on himself, and then he stops and just bends over and just all over the court.
Wow.
Just Mr. Creosote sort of throw up. So I don't know what his problem was there, but they had to pause the game for a bit. Yeah, it took him a little bit to clean all that up because he ran it down the court, and then it wasn't a little. I'm just saying,
man,
that sucks.
Yeah, don't watch the video.
Yeah, I Googled it, and then the first story that came up said, "Watch is Jalen Billingsley." I was like, no, I don't want to watch it. I want to read about it. I don't want to watch it. No.
I did the same thing. Story came up in my feed, and I'm not hitting play. Just not doing that. Not doing it, because I can watch a movie and somebody's fake vomiting and they're like, blah, it's like funny. But in real life, I'm just like, how did that not trigger everyone in the arena to start throwing up all over each other?
How do we know they didn't? Did he have the flu?
Yeah, they didn't say.
It doesn't say. He could have eaten something bad. No one has any clue.
I don't know whose idea this was, but they're like, get a drink, come on back. They let him back in the game.
Yeah,
I
they
feel
let him
like
back
he
in the
shouldn't
game.
have.
He played 28 minutes. He scored 8 points, and they won by 3, so they needed all 8 of his points.
Still, I feel like once you spray the court with your lunch, I don't think you should come back. I feel like you don't get to come back.
Well, those aren't the rules.
For fear you might do that again, let's have him get some rest.
So does that mean that if I were to start vomiting right now, I'd be
you'd still have to be on the show.
Because you see, like in a basketball game, you're sharing the court with a lot of other people. You vomit, that's just your space. It'll be gross.
Air with you guys. I mean, sharing the air.
But you're at your own studio at home, so
you're there. We're here, so
we can't smell it, see it, none of it.
Somewhere along the line, through the magic of radio, it all comes together and combines.
It really doesn't. No, it doesn't.
I'm just not going to talk you guys into this, am I?
No. Just vibrations. It's not actual air. Sorry, Randy. Nice try.
Okay.
888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, after thinking about it a little more, here's a short list of guys over 6'10" with a good-looking shot. How I interpreted the original statement. Dirk, Yow, Cat, KG, Porzingis, Aldridge, Sheed, Chet. Brooke Lopez is a good shooter, but more of a set shot.
I like that list. I do like that list. That's a good list. I think KG very underrated as far as big guys with a nice shot.
I like Kim Garnett.
Me too.
Beer Bob says, Jeffrey, did you really say a story about someone throwing up came up in your feed? Pun intended? No. But if you enjoyed it, you're welcome. It popped up in my feed. Al Horford says, Moist One will be my GOAT.
It's an effective shot, but as far as a nice looking shot, Al Horford with his elbow sticking all the way out here to shoot, I literally hate watching Al Horford shoot. It works. Like, he shouldn't change it now. He's made an entire career hitting those kinds of shots, but
it's kind of like the Joker. I mean, his shot is like behind his head. That's the way he shoots.
It's like
the ball.
I don't even know. It's like a water polo shot. It's it's an unconventional shot, but it works, and that's what counts. Like, you can have the purest shot, but I mean, purest shot is nice. Shot that goes in the most is better.
Moist One says, would you rather watch Sean Marion shoot?
No.
Yeah.
No. That was also hard for me to watch. Again, effective. I would never tell him to change it. Like as you reach a certain point in your life and you've been shooting the basketball like that, if people aren't blocking you, which I was always amazed that he didn't get blocked shooting the ball from his chest the way he did, and the ball's going in, just keep doing that. It works.
Hefty Lefty says Marcus Camby had a hilarious shot.
It was broken.
And Hefty says, I bet Horford was shocked that he didn't have the ugliest shot on his Florida team. Thanks, Joakim Noah.
Yeah, Joakim Noah might have the single most broken shot I've ever witnessed in my life. I was at a game watching the Bulls play the Wizards. Dear God, it in person, it's somehow uglier than it was on TV.
Ringless Joe says Suns to win tonight. That'd be nice. But here's the thing. We don't have Kevin Durant. Do we? No, he's back.
I don't think you have Durant. I think Durant's going to be out.
No, you're right. Kevin Durant is out along with Bradley Beal. Don't know about Nurkic or Allen. Their game time decision. And right now, the Vegas odds are heavily in favor of OKC, -7.5 on that. So
the only way you'd bet the Suns tonight is if you had if you thought it's worth the risk that Allen and Nurkic play, and then they've got a good chance of maybe making something happen from there. Since the Thunder now without Chet, that kind of makes that defense a little softer. It's still a really good defense, though.
Hefty Lefty says, oh, I almost forgot about another big man shooter. Kevin Love had a good looking shot.
That's true. How did we forget K-Love? Yeah. Kevin Love should be on the list.
I think we should have more clearly defined the size, like anyone over 7 feet.
Well, because it's like when I say bigs, it's like guys that play like power forward, center, and that's like your 6'10", 7-foot range. Almost nobody.
Okay, 6'10". Can 6'10" be the cutoff?
Yeah.
I just like
that.
Like
that's kind of what I had in mind. I guess I didn't specifically say it. Yeah.
Kiss the Cook says Jack Sikma and Jamal Wilkes.
I don't know if I know those shots. Just in my head, I don't know how much of them I've watched.
I don't know why he's telling us this. He says every now and then my stomach can't break down certain foods. There's only one way to unclog the pipe, then I'm good.
Huh? I mean, he's referring to the vomiting player, obviously. Yeah. I think, but
I guess referring to
why do you want us to know that is where I'm stuck. Why?
You're not on the team. Ringless
I'll
Joe
never play
says,
basketball with you in particular. How about that?
Ringless Joe says, I kind of want the Bears to keep Eberflus, just to see how long they will. No, we get that. There's a lot of teams you hope keep certain people or players so you can see them continue to lose. I mean, that's a time-honored tradition right there.
Well, Brian Dable in New York. Just keep him.
I like that. And here's the thing. I also like when people are like, hey, listen, you and I can be pals, in the off season, but during the season, we're not friends. We're opponents. I might not go as far as say we're enemies, but I'm going to say, hey, no, don't be coming around here cozying up to me, trying to be my pal. And no, I'm not going to go on vacation with you. I like the old days when it was more like, enemies and you're at war. That's your opponent. You don't cozy up. You don't become pals. And Joe Mazzulla, Boston Celtics coach, he's stuck with that. He is stuck with that thought process. And he's like, hey, Charles Lee, coach of the Charlotte Hornets, who used to be my assistant, don't call me. We're not friends. We're not friends. I'm not waving to you during the national anthem. We're not pals. You're the enemy. And so then he's like, here's the funny thing. He said, so he breached NBA rules and came into the assistant coach locker and forced me to give him a hug. Is that a breach of actual NBA rules or your rules? He says, this could be psychological warfare. It's hell that knocks you off your game. And I think that's what he was doing. And they're like, did you enjoy the hug? He's like, no. And so Joe Mazzulla.
No, Joe Mazzulla, if you've ever heard Joe Mazzulla talk, he's his own guy. He's a little different. He's a little different. And Joe Mazzulla's not really big on people. He's big on basketball. And so he draws that line.
See,
Line is drawn, and I respect it.
I'm with Jeffrey on this one. During the season, we are mortal enemies. Jack, don't be coming around. Now, after the season, we could get back together and have some eggs or something. But yeah, don't be coming around here on game time.
Yeah,
I might just kick your ass right there where you stand.
Coming up my driveway during season, and I'm turning the sprinklers on like I do to religious people.
It's one thing to not be friends, but like it's psychological warfare. Like, nah, the guy was just trying to give you a hug, man. Like, you don't have to want it, take it, or whatever. But
he knew I didn't want it, and he was doing that. He was messing with me. That's the thing. That's what he's thinking.
Yeah,
I understand that.
He's not doing that. No.
What are you all huggy? What are you being weird? Get out of here. Get out of here. Anyway, I respect Joe Mazzulla for at least that. I don't know what else. But all right, got to take a break. It's 1 hour down and 2 to go. Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
The Fanatic is your home for fall football. Catch the NFL and NCAA live games on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Brought to you by Bet365. It's never ordinary at Bet365.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Learn more at Viking.com.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo, when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now, Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 MSRP. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. 2024 Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer's suggested retail price. Manufacturer's suggested retail price excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org, sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
Morning, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. All right, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. I only have now one pair of tickets for Sunday's ASU versus St. Thomas game at 6 p.m. And it does come with a parking pass. That's it. That's all I've got left. One pair and a parking pass. There's nothing else. It's the end. We're going to do that in this hour. Make sure that, somebody who wants to go gets to go. But I'm just telling you, that's all we got left. Don't ask for any more.
Jeffrey?
That's it. I told you. I already told you. I got one pair and a parking pass.
A pair and a parking pass. Is that what
That's
they're calling it now?
Well, that's what they've always called it. It's a pair of tickets and a parking pass.
Oh,
what do you think I'm talking about?
Well, I mean, it's a Friday show. Who knows what you were really going to talk about?
Well, I'll tell you this. This is. Let me give you a little man talk real fast.
All
Here,
right.
little man talk. There are some things that you can do hanging around with your wife or girlfriend. Maybe at home, you make a joke. Hey, you fart, whatever. If it's something you guys are okay with. I don't ever fart in front of my wife on purpose. I don't spit. There's certain things I try to do to hold her above that of my buddies and stuff, right? And but some couples are like, hey, she farts, I fart. It's a big laugh, no big deal, right? It's no big problem. And other crude things that But here's the thing: can I just tell you, it's not a good look on the kiss cam. The New York Knicks, they were playing the Bulls, and the Madison Square Garden cameras started doing the kiss cam, and it focused on this couple. And this gal, she like leans in, she's like to give her boyfriend or husband, I don't know who he is, a kiss. Instead, he grabbed her head and thrust her face towards his crotch. I don't know what the crowd's reaction was. She popped back up and she was laughing. So she, at first she's like, ha 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 ha, but she's a good sport. But I don't know, more time she had to think about it, how thrilled she was with that in front of the entire arena. Let me just say, that's not cool. I don't think that's cool at all. You treat the woman you love like that,
Because that's embarrassing for her.
And then here's the thing:
potentially,
if she smiled and went, and then that's funny. You grabbing her head and thrusting it down, that's not sexy or cool, man.
No,
that's a different kind of thing. Because if she didn't think it was funny or want you to do that, that's like assault. You know what I mean? So it's just not cool. It's not a nice, funny thing to do. Like I said, luckily she was a good sport at the moment, but who knows later on, where her brain went. Sometimes we laugh at things in the moment. We're like, okay, well, wow, what was that? All right. And then you're like, did you really just do that to me? Oh my God. Not cool. So men, you think it's funny, but it's not funny if you do it. It's only funny if they do that. That is just, I don't know. I saw that and it kind of bothered me a little bit. Just kiss her. It's a kiss cam. It's not the assault cam. It's not the I don't know. I'm not going to say anymore. Anyway, so that happened. That happened at Madison Square Garden in front of everybody on the camera. That means every child in the place was like, "Why? What's going on there? What's that all about? I don't understand." Slow-Mo Zoe says, "I feel the same way about the wedding cake smash in the face." Well, the wedding cake smash in the face, yeah, if a man pushes the woman's face down, that's kind of like, that's rough. But if the woman just takes the cake and they're eating and kind of smears it on the face, well, that's just playful. But a man going, boom, it's like, ha, 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 ha. No, you're not. That's, again,
it's caveman.
That's assault.
Yeah.
Devil Hawk says, where is your sense of humor, O'Brien? Have you seen what they put on television these days? Don't be so uptight. You don't have a sister or a daughter if you're saying that to me. You don't have a mother you care about if you're saying that to me. It's not about a sense of humor. I feel like I've got a pretty good one. but I just don't think that humor should include, assaulting a woman or just being lewd for lewd's sake in her direction, making her an unwitting and unwilling participant in your joke. So if that's where your humor is, Devil Hawk, I don't know what to say. Historian says, is the 1 star on the side of the Cowboys helmet a logo or is that a rating?
It's an old joke.
Yeah, but it's a good
goodie. It's a goodie. It's classic. Classic.
The answer is yes. Ringless Joe says, hey, 1, 2, Lions coming for you. Jeffrey, is that really? You're going to rhyme that thing? I don't even have my pick sheet here. Is that this week?
No.
When is why? Listen. Okay. Not expecting my Colts to do anything. I'm not expecting my Colts to do anything. So yeah, if you're looking for I didn't make a bet with Donnie when they played the Vikings. When does that happen? When do they play the Vikings? Did we already do that? They lost, right? I don't know.
I think so.
I'm having a hard time paying attention when it comes to my Colts at all. I just, I got the Jets this week. I don't think we're going to win that one. So, Scratch from Because says a kiss cam in a hellhole known as New York City. What do you expect? Well, a lot of times you see these little viral, funny things that happen on a kiss cam, and you can tell they're staged. You can tell that it ain't real. This, I don't think that the PR department planned this. I don't think they'd get away with that. Swazman says, Sean Marion had an ugly shot, but he had a great career. I think we're done talking about that.
Why they called him the Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, remember what was that hurricane that we just had?
Helene or
Raphael?
Which one are you talking about?
It was Helene. Helene.
All right.
The one that ripped the crap out of the top of the Tampa Bay Rays stadium.
Oh, that was Helene, I believe. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Rays. That just was like a cloth roof. Did you not read the Three Little Pigs?
Mm-hmm.
When you built that stadium in a place where there's hurricanes? Well, who thought this was a good idea? Oh, Florida. Yeah.
Well, now Minnesota, they had the Herbert Hoover Metrodome that was made out of plastic bags.
That was hilariously dumb.
But it snowed and that fell in.
When that all happened there, I think the damages were like $382. So that wasn't a big deal.
It was like 10 boxes of hefty trash bags from the Home Depot.
The next week, they had a bunch of students got to get this done. Yeah. But no, the Tampa Bay Rays Stadium, it's like $1 billion joint, right? That's like a couple billion to build that stadium. And they's like, let's put on we could use toilet paper on the roof, right? Yeah, I don't see why not. Whatever. What was the material that just got shredded? Like nothing. You've seen the video. You saw the video. What I thought was great is like, this is going to be a place. We're going to have beds and this is a shelter. Come join us at the... All right, don't come here. We don't have a roof. Just took 3 seconds for the wind to rip that damn thing off.
The Tropicana there in Tampa, that stadium's been around for 25 years, almost 30 years now.
Has it really?
Oh yeah.
How did it last?
It's lasted this long, and they
100-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, well that's it. I mean the tarp material or whatever it is that's on the roof there, the plastic type of material, just finally gave up the ghost, as it were. No pun intended. Sorry.
So, but here's the other thing. So now the Tampa Bay Rays, they're going to go play in a different place, the George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa.
Yeah.
But then they have a new stadium coming in 2028. They have plans to build and open that one up by then. So, maybe don't. Wouldn't it be cheaper just to, hey, you know how the roof got blown off there? Yeah, leave it off. We can still play here. It's Florida. The weather is usually not too bad. Why can't
Well,
we
it-
just now?
it does-
Hey,
it
remember
does
when it was
rain there
a dome? No, now it's an outside stadium.
It does rain there a lot.
Let's play ball.
So
Oh,
during the baseball season.
And it's more of avoiding rain delays more than anything.
yeah, I guess. But now they have to go play. I don't know what the story is on this George M. Steinbrenner Field. You're going from 30,000, 40 down to 11,000 seats.
Well, that'll be a sellout for the Tampa Bay Rays. They don't
Ah,
draw
that's right. I
large
keep forgetting
crowds.
what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah, everybody's like, oh, this is great. Yeah. All right. Well, that's what they're going to do. I just maybe don't make your roof out of cloth. Yeah. If you say it lasted 30 years, well, it could have lasted 3 more years or 4 more years to get you into your new stadium had you not made it out of cloth.
Well,
what is that material up there anyway?
I don't know what it's a cloth like material. I don't know exactly what they call it, but it has survived many a hurricane, not just this one. This one was the one that put it over the edge, though. I mean,
well, you know why? Because after time in the sun, I had this happen to my grill cover. My grill cover, I got a brand new grill and a nice new grill cover. It's got little handles on it. I pull it off like a magician, do my
Nice.
grill stuff.
Yeah.
Grill cools down, put it back on it, and keeps it nice. I had it for just a few months, and I went to go take it off. Rip, the handles came right off because the sun just day in and day out over the course of a few months just made that cloth brittle. And I'm like, well, I feel like this should have lasted longer, but okay. And well, now look at that roof. You're just sitting out there in the sun, not the same harshness of the Arizona sun, but UV rays after a while, so here's the thing. The roof is up there getting rained on, some wind here and there. No big deal because it's kind of in there, but it was probably rotten for years. And it just took probably not even 100-mile-an-hour wind. It probably took less than that to just finally just like me pulling the cover off my grill.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't
Don't ever use cloth for your damn roof.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. Bad idea.
Scratch Me Because says, I believe it was the mass quantity of alligators that got blown onto the roof that ended up destroying it. And so that's why it was shredded. Their claws were like this, as they're like, why am I up here?
Yeah.
That tracks. That makes sense.
Good point. Yeah.
Quiet Cannon says, hey, maybe that couple staged that stupidness. Didn't seem like something that the PR people would stage. Hamilton Porter says, random, but hey, happy 5th year anniversary to the Hail Murray. Oh, I didn't get you anything. I'm so sorry. This is awkward. Hopefully you didn't get me anything. You got me something, didn't you? Sorry, Randy.
That's all right.
Well, it's awkward as hell. Big George says, so for the first time, nope, think you wheeled out. I can't read your text if I click on it and I can't see it. Hey, by the way, can we all just, listen, I don't care about Taylor Swift. Okay. I don't care. I don't care when I see her pop up on the screen in the little booth, whatever. She's, no worse than seeing a guy with a cheese head on. She's no worse than just whatever. If it's a Chiefs game, you're going to see Taylor Swift probably, right? Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, you watch a Cowboys game, you see Jerry Jones like 14 times a game. Just
Same
is what it
thing.
is. Yeah.
Who would you rather look at a bunch of times a game? Ain't going to be Jerry, is it? It's not going to be Jerry. So here's the thing. I don't care that she's on the TV. People are like, oh, it's ruining football. It's not. It's really not. She's on too much. She's not even on 30 seconds. Not even that long. And who would you rather see for 30 seconds? Joe Buck and Troy Aikman or Taylor Swift? I'm just saying.
The answer is obvious.
It's no big deal. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So here's the thing. Now the NFL had to come out and say, we had no role in scheduling the Chiefs-Bills game in Buffalo to coincide with the Taylor Swift tour. We didn't do that. It was unintentional. Just happened to be. You know what? I don't care if it was intentional. I don't care. Hey, go ahead. You're getting a bump out of this, NFL. we understand why you're doing what you're doing, right? I mean, you're right, Baker's cocky hens. I agree with you 100%. Says, I'd prefer Swift announce the games over Joe Buck and Aikman. I prefer Taylor Swift announce the games over a lot of people that we have to endure. So no, I don't care if they show Taylor Swift. I don't care if they make dumb Taylor Swift references. I'm not there for that. I'm there to watch the game. And the Chiefs-Bills game is going to be a good one, right? It's going to be a good game. Last night's game was supposed to be a good game. Well, it wasn't that good a game, to be honest. Did you think that was a good game, Keon? That was your game. Didn't feel like that was.
It was more of a grind. It was more of a defensive battle.
Yeah, it was clunky.
Anything.
It was a little clunky, a little grindy, little
which
not great.
I mean, it's it's a like I like the way the defense is played. Like I always like watching that stuff. And man, that Jalen Carter is a problem. Just what a insanely athletic, massive person. But I mean, as far as the offense goes, which is what I thought I was going to see, definitely disappointed in that aspect.
Yeah. This was not the game I thought I was going to get to see, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. So Ringless Joe says, you're telling me you don't like the Jerry Jones cameos every Cowboys game? Don't care. I honestly don't care about either. I don't care if you show me Jerry Jones making out with Taylor Swift. Don't care.
Ooh, that'd be a little cringy, wouldn't it?
I'm not there for that. I'm not offended by that. Don't care about that. I just don't care.
I mean, if it cut to Jerry in his suite and all of a sudden Taylor's there
giving him a lap dance
lipsticks with him, yeah,
I'd be like, maybe I would be like, I don't want to see that. But, I don't care. And if anybody's enjoyment of football games is made like, I just can't even watch football now. What is wrong with you?
You just clearly didn't love football that much, and that's fine. Just go do whatever else you like more.
Hurry Harry says, hey, I had to step away from the radio. Did those ASU tickets get given away yet? We gave away some, but we still have one pair and one parking pass. So be listening for your chance to win that. Ringless Joe says, Jerry Jones is the face of the Cowboys. You laugh, but when he passes, there's going to be a lot of grown men in Dallas shedding tears. People in Texas are dumb as hell anyway. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. It's like the face of the Cowboys is the owner of your team that's actively prevented you from even competing for a Super Bowl for the last quarter of a century. All right. I mean, look, do what you got to do. I'll miss him, but not for the same reasons. Cowboys.
Yeah, you're gonna miss him. Yeah, like, oh crap, now they're gonna maybe get good.
Yeah, they might actually listen to the people they hire to draft players and make personnel decisions.
There's no owner in any sport that would cause me to shed a tear. If I didn't shed a tear when certain football players and baseball players and basketball players and other sports figures, if I didn't shed a tear when Al McCoy died, I cared about Al McCoy. I love Al McCoy. I'm like, I didn't cry over it. He had a great life, good life. It wasn't like he was my neighbor. I didn't hang out with him. I marked myself one of the lucky people that got to meet him and talk to him, but I didn't shed a tear. If I'm not shedding a tear for Al McCoy, I ain't shedding a tear for any of you people. Just the people in my life, the people I care about. It would affect me if something happened.
Yeah,
but Jerry Jones, you think? I don't.
Jerry Jones wouldn't cry for you. Why the hell
my
would you cry
wife,
for Jerry Jones for?
My wife loves the Arizona Cardinals, and I know if Bidwell were to pass away, her reaction would be, "Huh." Well, that's too bad. Yeah, I mean, it's too bad. I mean, I'm sorry to see you go. I guess. Bat Flipper says Swift song. I was at the game. Then they showed my face. Haters gonna hate. Chiefs don't suck. Chiefs don't suck. I don't know any of her music to do that justice, Bat Flipper. And I'm not going to start listening now. So I don't hate her. I just don't care. Jonesy says Cliff Kingleberry's second half of the season offense incoming. It's horrible. Oh, you think that there's going to be a change of his offense because the season has progressed? So he has to change things up because they figured out his 4 plays? Is that what this is? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, like, that's Is that not the book on him?
That is the book on him.
He gets half a year and
Get
then
ready for some sweeps.
I mean, he was already doing the sweeps, but now it's like people have figured out the sweeps. What do you got next?
Get ready for more sweeps.
More sweeps. Like that, which, yeah, like, and that's the reason why when people were texting this show earlier in the year to say, look, Cliff looks great. Kyler was the problem the whole time. I said, pump the brakes. Cliff Kingsbury falls apart in the second half of seasons. And sure enough, the Commanders have now lost 3 games in a row.
Sorry, dude.
It is what it is. They're currently ahead of schedule as far as what I thought this team could be. I'm not stressed about it.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. We come back. We got a whole bunch of NFL football to talk about. You've got a chance to win some ASU basketball tickets and, I don't know, other things. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Direct savings and client focus, the cornerstones of the Diamond Dave philosophy.
Hi, I'm Diamond Dave Cantor. My team and I at Desert Wholesale Diamond can be your trusted friends with an inside scoop on the diamond world.
Just like they are to thousands of people around the world.
And just like we have been for over 34 years.
At Diamond Dave's, it's all about the diamonds and the savings, not paying for high-end retail locations or the overhead of a mall.
You stand to save big time with our by appointment professional office approach combined with direct importing.
When you choose Diamond Dave's, you choose huge savings, top quality, and excellent service. Call, email, or message us for an in-person appointment.
Or sit back and relax for free FedEx shipping anywhere in the USA.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Learn more at Viking.com.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
Now open in Scottsdale. It's United Forte Custom Door Showroom with 40,000 Euro doors and hundreds of state-of-the-art designs and finishes on display, plus kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, and more, all at wholesale prices. Builders, contractors, designers, and yes, you. Come see our showroom on Greenway Hayden Loop. That's United Forte, Forte. Stop by to see and feel the quality. United Forte Custom Doors. Find us at uporte.com. That's uporte.com.
Sunday morning, catch live NFL coverage on The Fanatic.
It's a classic black and blue NFC North Division matchup when the Packers travel to Chicago to take on Caleb Williams and the Bears. The Packers hope to continue their trek toward the playoffs. The Bears just hope to get their offense going. Packers at Bears. Sunday morning, 10:30.
Your home for the NFL in the Valley is 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic and 1580thefanatic.com.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Ringless Joe says the relationship between Cowboys fans and Jerry Jones is an abusive one, but it's like Stockholm Syndrome. Cowboy fans see Jerry as a great owner who just got unlucky for 25 years. Like I said, dumb as hell. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, it's like the rest of the NFC East being bummed when Dan Snyder sold the team. Oh, no, Commanders have the ability to be good again. No. And that's what's happening. That is what is happening.
When Dan Snyder sold the team, I shed a tear. It was just of joy. That's one of the happiest days of my life. Genuinely.
That's what Kiss the Cook is saying. If Jera passed away, I'd cry crocodile tears of joy.
I'd just cry real tears. I'd be crying.
Swazman says Steinbrenner Stadium is directly across the street from the Buccaneer Stadium. It's not that big. It's kind of cool, but it's not that big. What's it even for, though?
Spring training home for the Yankees.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So 10,000 seat. It'd be a nice little place. It's a good place to weather the storm, I guess. Big George says, I don't think you truly believe that. Have you seen Taylor Swift act? Sheesh, it's like nails in a chalkboard. I'll take Joe Buck and Aikman over that any day. Acting, yeah, she's horrible. I saw her in a movie I didn't want to go to. I can't remember. This is relationships past. So let's go see that Valentine's Day movie. It's got a bunch of people in it, a lot of stars. I'm like, I don't know about that. Oh, it's got Ashton Kutcher. It's got George Lopez. It has this person, that person, this person. I'm like, okay. So I'm watching this thing and I'm like, oh my God. That's that Taylor Swift chick there. Worst acting I ever saw. I don't remember who she was in the scene with. All I could was just like, please get her off the screen. I didn't want to come to this to begin with. And now I got to see this horrible acting. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Who owes who money? Why is she here? Why is she on this? And then I saw her in that other movie there with real movie stars, and where she get killed. It was like a Art Deco thing. What was that? It was recent. Christian Bale was in it.
Scissorhands.
No, whatever it was. I was like, oh, let's see. 10 years later, if she can gotten any better. Nope, she didn't. Glad she got killed in the movie, so I didn't have to see her anymore in the movie because she was still really bad at it. But if she were to go in there and just start talking, I'd rather hear her than Buck and Aikman. If she was like trying to call the game, I don't even care that she doesn't know who she's talking about.
That's also part of it. Yeah, with her, it's just a thing where she's just standing there, usually clapping or cheering or talking to somebody.
She ain't hurting nothing.
Yeah. What's the harm?
Ringless Joe says, I'd rather watch Romo and Tom Brady co-host together than Taylor Swift do it. You've never even heard her talk. How do you know she wouldn't be great? Well, wouldn't you just poop yourself if all of a sudden here comes Taylor Swift and she starts breaking down plays? She starts just deep knowledge of everything that's happening. And you're like, oh my God. She's just, making Romo and Brady her cucks. She's just sitting there, just going football all over it. You're like, and she's shaming even your football knowledge. Now you're starting to feel inadequate. Like, oh God, what? Oh, I think that'd be incredible. T-Licious says that Skeletor looking mofo in Dallas, he'll live forever. Maybe I'm wrong. Listen, the Queen of England lived way longer than anyone thought.
It's just when you're rich,
yeah,
you will live a long time.
You get that special sauce, and guess what? Jerry Jones can afford the special sauce. Hefty Lefty says, I think Taylor Swift made her great acting debut when she was like 11 on the original CSI. Oh yeah, she played a dead body.
Oh no,
that's a true story.
Oh my God. All right. Well,
Ringless Joe says, you guys never explained how Brady sucks at commentating. Step one, turn on the TV. Step two, listen to him talk. He's boring. He's boring and clunky and awkward.
If you hate Chris Collinsworth because you think he's Captain Obvious, but then you like Tom Brady, I have nothing to say to you. You can't be trusted as a consistent person. You just can't be. This Tom Brady is Captain Obvious, but also boring, which is worse.
He starts sentences and don't finish them. I think he's easily distracted by the guy in his ear. And that's how it comes across.
Yeah.
He's just, he's not very, and then he's creepy on camera. Can we all be honest on that? When he sits there and smiles and he's like,
the smile of a person who hasn't really needed to smile for the greater part of the last 20 years, but now absolutely has to because it's his job. It's like you took a drill sergeant and made him like a Walmart greeter. He's just trying to look friendly, but he can't. That's
okay.
That's Tom Brady.
If you want to know what I'm talking about, remember that picture of Tony Dungy and Tom Brady? They're out by like a side of a pool or something. Somebody comes up and takes a picture and they both put on this smile and it looks like two cult members ready to put you in the trunk of their car. That That's what he looks like on TV. So yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I was hoping that Tom Brady would be like first year Romo, just coming in with all this information and like, yeah, look at this and explaining the plays. He's done none of that.
And then
none of that.
He's got a podcast. When you put Tom Brady off of away from the pressure of doing a live broadcast, he sounds perfectly fine.
Wrong. You know why? Because it's scripted. That podcast thing he was doing with Jim Gray, scripted. You can tell it's scripted. I have no respect for scripted.
Well, there you have it.
Hold on, I'm looking for my next page.
Lost my place here.
Line.
Teleprompter stopped working.
Can you roll the prompter back 2 lines, please?
Damn it. This is the worst rehearsal ever. Jonesy says, not as bad as Jason Garrett's TV smile. Still bad. Jason Garrett's everything. Oh, that is
Jason Garrett trying to smile genuinely haunts your nightmares. It's not normal.
He shouldn't be on TV.
He should have been in that movie Smile, the horror movie.
Why don't we have a TV show? We should have a TV show. You got to do it too, Keon. I'm sorry, but I got to blink.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think Keon wins the creepiest one.
I don't know why. I just
that
didn't have to blink in that stretch of time.
Mine looks psychotic. Randy's looks wild. You look like everyone's about to die. I'm gonna have to catch that and put it on the socials. Smile. Have you seen the movie Smile?
I have not. No, I'm bad at watching horror movies. No,
yeah, I
heard it was pretty good, but I
don't like horror movies.
I won't. I have nerves of glass. I will not be testing that.
Really? So that's why you don't watch a horror movie? I don't watch it because I know it's fake. That's the thing that messes it up for me the most.
Yeah,
I know it's not real because I know that's a gallon of fake blood, and I know that you're not really getting your head chopped off. I know all of this is so I don't get like my wife gets very tense, and not because she knows it's all fake too. She's just the jump scare. The jump scare is coming, and she don't like that. So
I'm not a fan either. Yeah, no, it's I get super tense. Yeah, like I was like flexing the entire time I watched the last scary movie I watched. Late
Was
night,
everybody impressed? You're
Late
like,
Night with the Devil.
look at those guns.
I wish.
look at those guns.
I wish it was
That kind of
it was involuntary. It was just like I just was locked up. Like I need to leave, but I don't want to show other people that I'm scared. So I'm trying to look normal, but I did not look normal. I looked like I wanted to run.
Your
at any
anu
second.
is tensing up, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
your Kegels, a lot of Kegels.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it now.
Mm-hmm.
Bat Flipper says, "Okay, I'm at the parking lot you took me to. When you get where you're going, to tell me best way to get there."
I don't think we ever took you to a parking lot. I don't think that's our thing.
Yeah.
My advice is just the first trunk you see, get in it.
Yeah.
Sir Drives a Lot says, as the blender turns, Monday through Friday, 3 to 6, depending on sports. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We should have a TV show.
We should. Yeah,
we should.
Yeah.
Bat Flipper says, "Oops, sorry, waiting for my girl at the airport." Oh, yeah. So you're in the cell phone parking lot waiting for her to tell you when it's time to pull up. Yeah, that's cool. Hefty Lefty. Yes, thank you. I didn't need that. You just sent me that picture of Tom Brady, the Colts, smile. Ugh. T-Licious says Brady looks like the puppet on the tricycle from Saw, but without the face paint.
No,
that's
never
true.
thought of that. Yeah.
Bruno Baller says, "Hey, happy Friday. Did I miss the college football dance party? Oh, crap. We're supposed to be doing that right now. And I just wasted the entire segment. I am so sorry. I forgot. And we just talked about it
during the break, as requested.
We do that in the next segment?
Yeah, why not?
Can you fit
Whatever
it in
you
there?
want, man.
Yeah,
Can you fit it? Is it enough
We
time?
can do anything.
We like to do it at 4:20, so Keon has plenty of time there. Now I feel bad. I'm sorry.
I think we got time.
Ringless Joe says, "What if that's Brady's real smile?"
It
Then we're all-
is
then
Brady's
we're-
real
then we're-
smile.
then we're all already dead.
Mhm. It is his real smile.
Sir drives a lot. This would not work as a telenovela or a soap opera.
What do you mean? Are you kidding me?
As the blender turns. Keon is his own twin and conjoined twin. And we don't have a big budget, so it'll just be like a little tennis ball.
Yeah.
With googly eyes that we'll just like put on his shoulder.
Well, he didn't fully form.
Yeah. You know, we'd have no budget for this. Chief Skull says, afternoon, gentlemen. I'm back in business. Them Japanese can't keep my Chinese phone down. What are you talking about?
All right.
No idea what he's talking about.
Okay.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the break. I'm going to take a break early so we can get back sooner. So there's more time for Keon Rose's college football dance party. And then later on in the next hour, we'll talk nothing but NFL football. I got a big stack of NFL football stuff to talk about. Plus, be listening for your chance to win our last pair of tickets and the parking pass to see ASU play on Sunday at 6 p.m. They're hosting St. Thomas. So that's what's going to happen. Do we all agree on this?
Agreed.
Smile creepily if you agree. It's a deal. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
We all know just because gifts for loved ones can look like flowers, a spa day, or maybe even planning date night. But what about something that will truly last and protect your loved ones along the way? I'm talking about life insurance. I called SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40, and my $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. And with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. With monthly payments less than the cost of a bouquet of flowers, this is the perfect time to make sure your family is protected.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-596-2626 or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-596-2626. 1-800-596-2626. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
The Fanatic is your home for fall football. Catch the NFL and NCAA live games on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Brought to you by Bet365. It's never ordinary at Bet365.
Direct savings and client focus, the cornerstones of the Diamond Dave philosophy.
Hi, I'm Diamond Dave Cantor. My team and I at Desert Wholesale Diamond can be your trusted friends with an inside scoop on the diamond world.
Just like they are to thousands of people around the world.
And just like we have been for over 34 years.
At Diamond Dave's, it's all about the diamonds and the savings, not paying for high-end retail locations or the overhead of a mall.
You stand to save big time with our by appointment professional office approach combined with direct importing.
When you choose Diamond Dave's, you choose huge savings, top quality, and excellent service. Call, email, or message us for an in-person appointment.
Or sit back and relax for free FedEx shipping anywhere in the USA.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Learn more at Viking.com.
My name is Mary Grace. There are a few misconceptions about Alzheimer's. It's not just memory loss. It's the loss of mobility, the risk of falling.
For more information, contact the Alzheimer's Association at alz.org, sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the six-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And without further ado, it's time now, ladies and gentlemen, for Keon Rose's college football dance party.
Yes, indeed. And we've got a big slate of games this weekend, Jeffco. Lots of action. Keon going to break it down for us.
Break it down now.
As we get ready, get our dancing shoes on. Let's start with
down.
tonight. UCLA will be visiting Washington at the Alaska Airlines Field at Husky Stadium. Give us a quick lowdown on the UCLA-Washington matchup.
Yeah, UCLA and Washington, like these two teams, these poor teams, having joined the Big Ten, have essentially turned into the whipping boys of the entire conference.
Oh, boy.
I mean, poor Washington got the screws put to them last week by Penn State. Penn State lost to Ohio State the week before, and then needed to take that frustration out on somebody, and Washington got the short end of the stick. But like they are like fun teams to watch, and like this absolutely, I think, qualifies for the Jeffrey O'Brien rule of if two average teams or two bad teams are playing each other, then yeah, you're going to get a pretty decent game, and I think that this one will be. Washington's got the edge there, and their quarterback Will Rogers playing really well.
He's kind of old, isn't he? Will Rogers. He's
different
like from back in the 20s.
Different.
Yeah, he was weird though. He's like, I never met a whore I didn't like.
Oh,
Like,
that's
wow.
we're talking about a very different guy.
Will Rogers. That said that.
No, horse.
Horse.
You never met a horse he didn't like.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Just no, that's a very different guy. Same name, different guy, same name. But yeah,
okay.
they're
Right.
moving the football well. Averaging around 400 yards a game.
Mhm.
So I'll lean towards Washington in this particular matchup. But I mean, honestly, could go either way.
At the beginning of the season, Pittsburgh, the Panthers were originally ranked. Clemson was ranked higher than they are now, but now it's just number 20 Clemson, and they're going to be traveling to Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh to take on the Panthers. Who do you have in this matchup?
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because they have the same record. Pitt is 7-2, so is Clemson. The difference is Pitt won 7 in a row. Then they lost 2 in a row, and they lost a bad one to SMU. They just got beat down, and then they lose a heartbreaker to Virginia, and now they're kind of reeling and need to figure out a way to get back on track. And I do think that for Clemson's in a position where they started off a little shakier. They opened the season with a loss, and then against Louisville, a team that they really should have beaten and usually do beat a couple of weeks ago. They lost that game. They bounced back against Virginia Tech the following week. And I think that they know how important this is. Dabo Swinney's going to have those guys ready to play because, if things start to fall apart for them, they could find themselves outside of the college football playoff. And that is a massive, massive problem for a guy like Dabo Swinney, who's being paid an awful lot of money to keep this team around. The 3 losses, I don't think 3 losses gets you in. We've got a lot of teams that are in that 2-loss space. I think they're going to have enough teams in the college football playoff with 2 losses that if you're a 3-loss team, I don't think you really have a shot. I don't think Clemson can afford the loss. I think that Dabo's going to have his guys ready to play. And when you catch an opponent who's already falling down the stairs, well, I think that he doesn't mind giving him a push.
Well, it seems to me that Ohio State keeps hitting the brakes. Currently ranked number 2 in the country. I'm still not a believer in the Buckeyes, and I don't know why these guys are always so overrated, in my opinion. I don't think they have the team to win the national championship this year, but who am I? I'm just a little local radio talk show guy. They're going into Chicago, to Wrigley Field, to play Northwestern in this matchup this weekend. Ohio State win big, or is this a close one?
I think Ohio State wins big. It's just like, I'm not the biggest believer in these Buckeyes either. I would say that this year they certainly are overrated. They feel like that to me, the way that they play games, and it's slow starts every week. But I do think that they're starting to play with a whole lot more confidence. And I like the way that when they come out of the second half, they are able to adjust to what opponents want to do. They don't really do anything too aggressive in the first half, and then they adjust and take away what it is that you're trying to do or what you're actually good at. And they're really patient about it. I give them the credit on that because that is a difficult way to play football. They're kind of forced into it with the personnel that they have. but they're making it work. And Ryan Day is making it work. And I just don't see any reason why in a neutral site game, you would be losing to Northwestern. I think that Ohio State should win big, and I think they will.
All right, number 3, Texas had a couple of disappointments Texas has this year, but they're still ranked in the top 4. And this week they go to Reynolds Stadium, Razorback Stadium there. Sweet pig, take on the Razorbacks, Arkansas. What say you, Keon Rose, about your Texas Longhorns?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a better game than a lot of people think. I think that when you look at what Texas and Arkansas have as far as a history of these two schools going all the way back to the Southwestern Conference, I mean, they played each other every year from 1932 to 1991, and then Arkansas leaves to the SEC, and now they're back. And I don't think Texas sees this as a rivalry. I think Arkansas does. I think Arkansas is looking at this as an opportunity to ruin someone's season. You know, Texas has the one loss. A second loss would be very brutal for them considering who they lost to, which is one of the only top teams that they've played so far this year, the Georgia Bulldogs, who are in a tough spot themselves. I'm sure we'll get to them a little bit later on. But when you look at what Arkansas has been able to do to some of the schools that they've played recently, they've pushed a lot of really top teams. They pushed Tennessee to the point where Tennessee wasn't able to escape Arkansas. They were able to get a win there. They pushed Oklahoma State to start the year. They lost that game, but they were able to make things really, really interesting. And I think that Texas plays a very controlled game. They want to dominate the ball, dominate the time of possession. It's not so much about lighting up the scoreboard for them. And that if they overlook Arkansas and try and play a slower game, a possession game, it may come back and burn them. But I think that they are the better team here. They should win here, but I don't think that Texas runs away with this one because I think Arkansas really gets up for this. And the game is in Fayetteville, and they play a lot of neutral site games because they've got some, they play in Little Rock as well. So this is a true home game for Arkansas. I think that building's going to be jumping. I think they'll keep it close, but Texas gets the win.
All right, number 8, Notre Dame cannot afford to lose any more games this season, or they will be eliminated from the big playoff 12, right? I mean, in your opinion, if they lose to Virginia this weekend, is it over for Notre Dame?
I don't know if it's over for them, but it makes their life significantly more difficult. I would highly recommend to the Notre Dame Fighting Irish that they just go ahead and beat Virginia. This is a middling team. They've got no reason to go ahead and lose this game. Riley Leonard is going up against a Virginia team that he's familiar with. He's played them a bunch of times before. And now this is a home game. They have no business losing to Virginia in this particular game. They've been disappointing before. They did lose to Northern Illinois, another team that they should not have lost to. But I think they learned that lesson. They've been handling their business ever since then. I think this would be a bad loss. I don't think it would be devastating for Notre Dame, but I don't think that Marcus Freeman and his Fighting Irish can afford to overlook Virginia. I think they handle their business and win and move on.
All right. Meanwhile, the 22nd ranked LSU Tigers, this used to be a great matchup. Remember back in the day when LSU would visit Florida or vice versa? And it seemed like it was a big swampy bloodbath. You know what I mean? And when these two teams would get together on the playing field, there was always exciting games. I don't know what's happened to Florida's football program, but LSU is going in there this weekend at the Swamp, Florida Field, Griffin Stadium, and they're going to take on unranked Florida Gators. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I think this can still be a good game. I think Florida feels like this is an opponent they can actually beat. You can put points on the board against LSU. This LSU team defensively, ever since Brian Kelly got there, has been incredibly disappointing on that side of the football. Offensively, LSU can hang with anybody, but defensively, I just feel like they do not show up for these games. Florida looks bad, but when you look at their schedule, it's been pretty tough. Florida lost to Tennessee back when Tennessee was ranked 8th. They lost to Georgia when Georgia was ranked number 2. And then last week, Texas just went into their house and obliterated them. So now they have a chance against a ranked opponent. I think that they can actually win. I think that there's still a lot of hate, a lot of bad blood here. And I think that they found something in DJ Lagway at quarterback. I think he's playing the game well enough. I'll go ahead and take the upset. I think the Florida Gators take out the LSU Tigers here.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think Billy Napier knows his job's not immediately in jeopardy here. Florida's given him the vote of confidence. I think he just wants to be able to win this game because it'll be good for recruiting and good for getting some fire back into those fans and that fan base.
You've heard Kermit the Frog say it before, and I'll say it again. It ain't easy being green. It also ain't easy being number one late in the season, going in against a former great football program like Wisconsin. Number one, Oregon on the road in prime time on NBC this weekend. Take on the Wisconsin Badgers. Who do you have in this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what the Oregon Ducks are and how they have played, they don't have letdown games. They're so businesslike. They show up, they tear a team to pieces. Especially in the first half, they get going early. They don't wait for the second half. They don't wait for the second quarter. They get going right away, and they try to hurt teams instantly. And then they hold on for the lead in the second half afterwards once they've really put you to sleep. I think that could potentially be the case here, but I also think that this could be a spot for Wisconsin where they feel pretty good about some of the games that they've played this year, and they've been up and down. And at home, they've been better at home than they have in some of these other spots that we've seen them in, and if I talk about Fayetteville, Arkansas, for that Texas game being a building that's going to be jumping, Madison, Wisconsin, when they have a night game, which this is going to be, that building is going to be absolutely lit up. I can't wait to see what's going to happen as far as how rowdy those fans are going to get. But I just think that Oregon, they're too businesslike. They don't make the kinds of mistakes like other teams do when it comes to overlooking an opponent. I do think that Wisconsin's secondary is good enough to make things interesting in that I don't think we're going to have the big Dylan Gabriel game that we're used to seeing where he's just putting up video game numbers over the top of the defense. I do think that Wisconsin can kind of keep them in check a little bit more, but I don't think they're winning the game.
All right. Number 7, Tennessee on the road at Georgia, which is surprising to see Georgia at 12. I've got to tell you, it's surprising for me to see Georgia there, but what do you have in this matchup before we go to the K-State, Arizona State matchup?
Yeah, it's surprising to see Georgia there, but Georgia went ahead and lost last week to Ole Miss. So that's a problem. And the other problem is that they're having a little bit of a quarterback confidence issue with Carson Beck. Carson Beck he cannot stop throwing interceptions. I don't know what has gotten into that dude. I wish that we got this version of Carson Beck when they were playing Texas, but no, we got this version of Carson Beck basically every other game afterwards. He just can't stop throwing interceptions, and it's starting to become an actual problem. I think that Georgia opens up the game, maybe being a little bit more conservative to keep Carson Beck and protect Carson Beck from himself a little bit. And I think that Tennessee and their defense, which has been outrageously good, will be able to carry the day and beat a Georgia team that I don't think would have the confidence to test them. Tennessee's been really good defensively, and I know that their quarterback, Nico Iamaleava, might not play. He's got a concussion, and if he's cleared to play, Tennessee probably rolls. But even if he's not cleared to play, I think Tennessee could probably still win this football game, and I'll take him.
All right. Arizona State on the road this weekend in Kansas. Going to be taking on 16th ranked Kansas State to wrap up Keon Rose's college football dance party. Who are you taking in this matchup, A-State or K-State?
Yeah, I think that this is a test for ASU that could be really fun to see. But it's going to be tough to take out this Wildcats team. They've been playing really well. The quarterback, Avery Johnson, has been solid. And I think that Kansas State's been dealing with some injury stuff lately, and they're starting to get a little bit healthier. It just depends on what the running game can look like for ASU. Are we going to see, Cameron Scattaboo? And if so, do you see him playing at the same level that he was before last week where he was ruled out with an injury? So those things are going to matter here. I think Arizona State keeps it really close, but Kansas State's playing on another level this season, and I'll take the Wildcats of Kansas State.
There it is. That's this week's Keon Rose's college football dance party. Jeff, go.
All right. Well, we can hope for ASU. We can root for ASU.
Yeah.
You never know what might happen. Dillingham is doing something right over there. Look at the recruiting, too. 888-368-1580. Screaming Goat says, seriously, I'm asking, who do you all got tonight between Tyson and Jake Paul? Do you think the fix is in, or is Mike still the baddest man on the planet? Well, we talked about this in the first hour, and the fix is probably in. Mike Tyson is not still the baddest man on the planet. All we can do is hope that he just, caves in Jake Paul's face. But more than likely, a lot of people are going to be very disappointed.
Yeah, I'm not going to make a pick.
Yeah,
for
this
I'm
is not pick worthy,
Yeah,
Screaming Goat.
I'm not going to dignify this with any brain cells that I've already done.
It's probably popped on the television downstairs, because my wife was like, "Ooh, I want to watch this." I'm like, all right. She knows everything we know. But I think down deep, she's got this hope. Jake Paul is going to probably need some reconstructive surgery. I think that's it. That's the hope. Last Optimist says there'll be one 3-loss SEC team in the playoffs because of strength of schedule.
I don't think so. I don't know. If a 3-loss team makes this college football playoff, I'm going to be ill. I'm going to be physically sick. I hate that as an idea.
Raven Kid wants to know if we believe in the Ravens this week. I picked them.
I did too.
Yeah, I think we do, Raven Kid. All right, hour 3 is up next here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin. And over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin. And over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Sports bettors, we've all been there. You have a live bet lined up, you check the odds one more time, place the bet only to see the bet delayed by the spinny wheel, line move, and your bet rejected. My name's Alex Kane, and I'm the founder and CEO of Sporttrade, Arizona's newest sports betting app. At the core of the Sporttrade offering is our probability-based odds. In other words, the Cardinals may be offered at 55% odds to win, a lot simpler than minus 125. Place your bet at 55% odds, and as your win probability changes, so does the value of your bet, giving you the ability to cash out with total control. And the best part, no spinny wheels. Live bets on Sporttrade are instantly accepted. Download Sporttrade on your iPhone today and use code 1580 to earn 10% cash back on every bet in your first week. Terms apply.
Sporttrade is regulated by the Arizona Department of Gaming. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, It's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I'm a little confused. Isn't that fight thing supposed to be happening right now? Isn't that supposed to be like happening right now? If it's 8 p.m. Eastern, that'd be 6 p.m. our time. Oh, okay. So it's not happening right now. It's another hour from now. Sorry, I got my times. So I just turned on the Netflix here. I was like, oh, all right, let's see if somebody's getting punched. And I turned on the Netflix, and it just we could watch Gilmore Girls, I guess. But there's nothing there yet. Now I know why, because I was off. If it's 8 p.m. in New York, then it would be 6 p.m. here, because we are now we adhere to Mountain Time, where before we were on Pacific Time. So that's why. Commando Duke says, I hope Tyson doesn't look like the baddest man in the nursing home. Well, I think he definitely does that. Definitely. I mean, yes. Baddest man in most houses. How about that?
Yeah.
Baddest man in most normal households. We're not talking about that. We're talking about
many city blocks.
Yeah.
You know, but not
perhaps an entire city.
Nobody to be trifled with.
Depends on the city.
There's trifling.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
No.
Ask the guy on the plane. Finally poked the bear too hard. He got himself punched. You don't want to get punched by Mike Tyson. Nobody wants to get punched by Mike Tyson, except for Jake Paul, who wants to get, he's roided out of his mind, and nothing but time and money to get huge and scary and hairy. And well, that's what this is. So, but no, he's baddest man in a lot of places, you know, but he's about 60. He's about 60. So, you know,
58, isn't he?
Yeah. He's Ralph's age. That's how old Ralph is. I just like saying it. Because I'm not 58. I am way, much younger. Much younger than that.
Yes, you are.
Much younger than that. All right. So listen, in this hour, we got a pair of tickets to see ASU play St. Thomas at 6 p.m. over there at ASU. There's a pair of tickets and a parking pass. It's the last one. I should have given this away a long time ago. But you know how things go around here. So
is this the St. Thomas of the Bahamas?
I think it's Minnesota.
Oh.
I think. I'll be honest. I was
going to say, lucky ASU, you get to go to St. Thomas in the Bahamas every other year.
Keon, you want to look that up and make sure we're not lying?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
I appreciate that. I know that the Thunder are the OKC Thunder and not the Thunder from down under. They are hosting the Phoenix Suns tonight at 6 p.m. And because of, I'm not sure, injury, I would imagine, we are not favored in this game.
That is
well,
correct.
Katie's out, and I think there's a few other members on the team.
Beal is out.
Yeah, Beal is hurt.
Even more importantly, Colin Gillespie is out.
Nurkic has been in and out of the lineup. Grayson Allen has been in and out of the lineup.
Yeah. So we don't know for sure on that. So Chet Holmgren out.
Broken pelvis. Yeah.
Their goofy white guy, Tommy Pickles, Alex Caruso out. Jalen Williams out. Isaiah Hartenstein out.
It seems like we have a chance with all those guys out. I mean,
they got a lot more outs than we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of your outs is Kevin Durant.
But it's about who they have for the ins. Their ins, they have more ins than we have ins. Who knows? Maybe we'll win.
We got the book. The book's been coming on lately.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
you're playing better.
Can't always do it all yourself.
No,
I think they need at least Grayson Allen and Yusuf Nurkic to have a shot. Like I don't think you can miss Durant and Beal and Nurkic and Allen and then expect to win. I don't think that necessarily works here.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, how about bad Leroy Brown from the south side of Chicago? He can take Tyson.
Yeah, but no.
If only he was real.
Yeah.
That's the problem there. So, so I guess they, we're not starting the broadcast for the Netflix thing until 6. All right. Well, at least there won't be something distracting me because the TV in this room is right behind me. So like out of the court, I got really good peripheral vision. Like I can see my hand back here behind me, I can see my finger doing that. So I got good peripheral vision. But the problem is if the TV being right here is flickering in my peripheral vision, it's very distracting. So I'll be doing this the whole time. And it's not really conducive to, well, not like you'd notice. Oh, no. So Randy, you know how I want a go-kart?
Yes. And I almost bought you one for your birthday. But
I know you sent me that link and I'm just like, oh, I can't have you buying that. That was cool. That was cool. Thanks for thinking of me. At least you looked out there. You tried to make my dream come true.
I'm still looking, but anyway, go ahead.
So if I win the lottery, I'm getting a different kind of go-kart.
What kind are you getting?
$3 million go-kart.
What?
Batmobile. They're making 10 replicas. Warner Brothers selling 10 replicas of the Tumbler one from Dark Knight. It's like a life-size replica, and you can drive it around. It's not street legal, but you could drive it around. And here are the specs on this, Randy.
Okay.
15 feet long, 9 feet wide, weighs 5,500 pounds. It's a two-seater with a 6.2 liter, 525 horsepower engine, delivering 486 foot-pounds of torque.
Nice.
It's not even the half of it. I'll go through my neighborhood with a smoke screen delivery system.
There it is.
Imitation gun turrets, jet engine simulation.
Yeah.
No flames though. Won't they? The bodies are made of Kevlar, carbon fiber, sheet metal fiberglass, and since there's only 10, you have to have an application for this, and it'll take about 15 months to build that and deliver it. You can see this at brucewaynex.com.
You are going to, if you win the lottery, you're going to buy. First of all, you're going to buy that island for $22 million.
No, it's $72 million in Montana.
72 million in Montana.
Yeah.
And so you could drive the hell out of that thing on your island.
Oh, you're right. Nobody could tell me otherwise.
Right.
On my own island.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a big island, and I can make a pretty good track out of it, scaring the bear and the deer and the elk and the whatever else is out there running around.
There it is. Yeah.
On that island, those imitation gun turrets could be real.
Yeah, are real gun turrets, Jack. Yeah.
Honey, you like deer for dinner? Yes. How many did you get? All of them? Sorry. I still getting used to the trigger on this thing.
Got carried away.
Just
there's a little bit of everything. There's deer.
How many
raccoon.
Ziploc do we got? We got Tupperware? Just it's a lot of dead deer out here now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this here's the why can't it be street legal? Why can't they make it street legal? $3 million. Why not make it street legal so you can drive it around?
It's not probably doesn't have lights on it.
You put the damn lights on it.
I mean, I'm just saying probably doesn't have the lights on it.
I want to know why Warner Brothers can't make a street legal version. What has to happen? Is it because it's 9 feet wide?
Probably. Yeah.
Can't be. I mean, I don't know. They got to know
a vehicle that's 9 feet wide. I knew it.
Yeah, I stopped short.
Right to the penile jokes.
I was about to. I thought you knew. I was going for a mom joke right there.
Oh,
do you know it? I know a dump
mom,
truck.
My mom is dead.
Yeah, I know. Raven Kid says Jeffrey O'Brien gunning down Bambi with a Batmobile. That's one hell of a Mad Lib.
That's legendary, man. That's legendary.
So this island in Montana on this lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the elevation. It's just at the elevation of it is down by the water. There's woods, and then it's like just above that. It's almost like mountaintop elevation, but it's not mountain. It's like kind of smoothed out. So all the animals can hide down there, and I can drive around up on the bald spot, this doing whatever I want, and probably not, probably not killing nothing. Although you probably don't want to sail too close to the island.
No,
because if I'm doing donuts, firing off that machine gun,
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Saving Private Ryan.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You don't want to come near that island.
Moist one says, might kill the Flathead Lake Monster. Yeah, I'm not afraid of the Flathead Lake Monster
No.
if I got the Batmobile out there.
The Batmobile? You kidding me?
And he's right. That's where it is. It's Flathead Lake. It's called Cromwell Island. And it's got an unfinished castle on it. And but a nice little 3,500 square foot cozy home. I'm just saying, that's where I'm going to go. And I'm getting the damn Batmobile for sure.
I think you should.
And I'm going to get a turret and a little seat for you, Randy.
There we go.
You can be on the back, kind of like in Halo,
Like a gunner?
a warthog.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll definitely have a warthog.
Oh, there we go.
I'll have one
Yeah.
of those made with a
Yeah.
50 cal in the back.
Oh. Yeah. Exactly.
So what we do is we wait till my wife goes to the store.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we start firing stuff off. It's the only way we get away with it.
Yeah.
Big George says, any chance I can do Batmobile in California? Will it be an EV? No, it is everything California hates, which is ironic because it's made by Warner Brothers Studios, which are in California. Slow-Mo Zoe says, make it a submersible. No, that's another one. I will have a submarine.
Oh, you have to.
And it will be modified to launch torpedoes. And, don't come too close to my island.
No, man. Don't do that.
Moist one says, I'll call it Cramwell Island, notorious for its Diddy-like parties. No, don't tell me that. That's not true. Nobody lives there. Nobody's lived there for like ever. Somebody started to try to live there, but then they died because it took so long to build that house. Don't call it that, Moist one. That hurts me. That hurts me.
Yeah.
Last night, watching the Thursday night football, did that hurt you, Keon?
No.
I thought it would be in a better game. I thought the Commandos would have been. It started out, I thought, okay, here comes the offense from them. The offense coming from the Eagles was a little bit flat, 3 and out, this and that. Their kicker can't make a field goal to save his life. And I'm like, oh my God, I think the Commandos are going to run away with this thing. And then y'all stalled out. What happened on that game last night?
The Eagles adjusted. They have a very good defense. I would say it's actually a great defense. You got top 5 rushing defense, a top 5 passing defense. That secondary is pretty scary, and they were able to make some adjustments and make life really difficult for the Commanders and what they wanted to do. And I think the Commanders' offensive line finally showed up as a weakness this season. They're able to hide it a little bit because of the mobility of Jaden Daniels, but that Eagles defensive line, the thing that they've built there, that they're athletic enough to where Jaden's not going to just get away and make a bunch of guys look silly. Not all of them, maybe 1 or 2 of them, but to be able to consistently make the kinds of plays where you're moving the chains, you're not really going to do that against this team with this offensive line. Like, the Commanders are not a complete football team, and I knew that already. And that's part of their struggle right now.
I just feel like late in the game when they had a chance to kick the field goal and they went for the 4th down.
They should have taken the points. They would have gotten the
so
lead
too.
right
Yeah.
there.
But again, there's that intangible where Dan Quinn, they say, okay, the analytics say kick the field goal. Why? You get 2.1% more of a chance to win. And he's like, look at the way things have been going. I think he just kind of was like, let's do this here.
Which I understand.
And I have no problem with his call.
Yeah. My only thing is with 8 minutes left in the game to get the lead there. And of course, like, the field position was good enough for Philadelphia that on the following drive, they scored. So you're not guaranteed anything with that field goal because they're already with a backup kicker. So that's probably something that factored into it as well. Like, Zane Gonzalez is not their usual guy. So maybe you just didn't trust the special teams operation there either. I don't know. But to me, it's like, if you have a chance to take the lead in the football game, you can now dictate things a little bit more. But he made the call he made, and it's not an insane call. Like, he didn't do anything dumb. So I'm not going to lose my mind and go, Dan Quinn should have done this, that, and the third. If it were me in that spot, I'd have taken the points. But
any number of things can happen after you make the kick. Don't make the kick. I mean, saying that because you didn't kick that was why they scored, Nick. No, they could have scored right after you kicked that kick anyway.
Well,
and
yeah,
still have
that's true.
an issue.
But
So
of course, the field position is better when you do go for the kick and don't make it. So
but
that does have to factor in. If you if the reason why you did it is you did not trust your defense, then that's a bad call. If the reason why you did it was simply we have a chance to move the chains, we get to eat up the clock some more, and if this ends in a touchdown, we've just got a bigger gap. Well, then fine, that's a great call, and I think that's what he was thinking, which is why I'm not.
The play kind of fell apart too. I mean, you saw the snap, right? It was it wasn't a clean snap.
That's not Dan Quinn's fault.
Well, no. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I think if you go for the field goal there, I mean, any number of things can happen there. Yes,
of course,
but I'm thinking 8 minutes left. That's a lot of football to play, and anything can happen there. You can get an interception by your defense. Yeah, okay. Eagles were moving the football on the Washington defense, but I think I still got to go for the points there. I think I still have to go for the points.
Yeah,
and it was a broken play. It wasn't clean at all. That's why they got stopped. So
Raven Kid says something I didn't understand. The Commanders' multiple rushing attempts on that last drive that killed so much time.
Yeah, but they're a running-based football team. Like if it's been what you do. I understand you want to throw the football more. The passing game was not working. Poor Terry McLaurin didn't see the football until like the end of the third quarter. The Eagles are the reason why they had to run the football, because that's their strength. And the Eagles knew that, hey, look, these Commanders can score in a moment. The one thing they will not have, the one thing they're going to have to earn is air yards. The Commanders were kind of relegated to playing a style of football that, while plays to their strengths, not playing to the situation at all.
Well, I love the Eagle fans chanting, "Thank you, Giants." That was a great troll job right there.
I don't like the Eagles, but sometimes I like the Eagles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Saquon Barkley is changed the Eagles in a way. And improved the Eagles for sure.
He's an elite running back. Like this is the thing that I never understood about people who argue against paying an elite running back. If you have an elite running back, he doesn't raise your ceiling, but he raises your floor. Well, and if you pair him with a quarterback that's already great, now you have something. It's Baltimore and Derrick Henry, and it's Philadelphia and Saquon.
Four. I was going to say something there, and it left my brain as you were talking.
Happens sometimes.
No, listen, Saquon Barkley has made a big difference. And for most that's what I was going to say. For most defenses, you are doing one or the other well. You're going to stop the run. You're going to stop the passing game. Not all defenses are so good that they can stop both. So if you're stopping Saquon Barkley, you're not stopping Jalen Hurts. That is what has made the Eagles team a really dangerous team.
Yeah, especially when they're healthy with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. My
right.
God.
They don't have a lack of talent in the receiving core. They have no lack of talent running. They have a pretty damn big lack of talent kicking. The hell was that, Jake Elliott? What the hell was that?
He tried to kick the ball to Mars.
Nick Sirianni, we believe in Jake Elliott. No, you don't. You don't. You don't. He says, "Oh no, Jake's been clutch his entire career." And Jake, I tell him, I was like, "Hey, just like somebody who fumbled or dropped a pass in that moment, we believe in you." Yeah, you say that after the first missed kick, the second one, the third one. Jake, the F, man. What are you doing? You're killing us. We would have won the game easily. They were at some point when the Eagles were down, like my God, that's 9 points we just left hanging around. 9.
Yeah.
So
sometimes your kicker just has a bad day.
We believe in Jake Elliott. Yeah, that's nice things for you to say out loud.
Now you start having multiple games that look like that. No, you don't.
I don't know if Jalen Hurts is trying to be funny or if this is a concerning comment. But they were asking him hey, what's going on there with the concussion evaluation? He's like, I don't know. I guess I beat the protocol.
Yeah,
wait, what?
He was trying to be funny.
You beat the protocol? Yeah, happens. Yeah. So do you think you had a concussion and got away with it? Are you trying to be funny?
I think both of those things are true. Yeah. I think he thought he wasn't going to come back. and then he passed the protocol, and he was happy about it, and obviously they win the game, so he's trying to make light of it. But
first off, that trick play was dumb as hell.
Yeah,
that was dumb. That I don't know if
Yeah,
it was just the timing but wow, you didn't need to do that right then. And then they then knock your head on the turf, thunk, and potentially get a concussion. All of that, everything in that play was just like, ooh, that was not good.
Don't ever do that again.
All right, we got to take a break. We got a bunch of texts on the text line. People want to talk about last night's game. We have a few more thoughts about that too. So when we come back, we'll do that. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Brought to you by G-Bank. Earn cashback rewards on every eligible gaming transaction. vsin.com/GBank. Subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply.
Future betting for the NFL MVP award. Baltimore's Lamar Jackson is now at even money. He's got the Bills at 7-3 heading into their weekend game against the Steelers. Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills quarterback at plus 360. Patrick Mahomes at plus 600. Jalen Hurts of the Eagles plus 1,300. Brock Purdy of the San Francisco 49ers plus 1,800. And Jaden Daniels of the Washington Redskins rookie quarterback plus 2,200. Derrick Henry of the Baltimore Ravens is the betting favorite to win the Offensive Player of the Year. He's at plus 110. TJ Watt of the Steelers minus 155 to win Defensive Player of the Year. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard to reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-277-3355. That's 800-277-3355. 800-277-3355.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harmon Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harmon Solar Podcast at harmonsolar.com.
Monday night means football on the Fanatic.
It's a battle for Texas when Houston travels to Dallas to take on Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys. C.J. Stroud, Tank Dell, and Joe Mixon lead the Texans under the star of Texas for a battle royale to see who's king of the big state. Texans at Cowboys, Monday night at 5:30.
You're home for live NFL action, the playoffs, and Super Bowl 59. 1580 The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I feel rich after I've just eaten an entire 100 grand bar.
Nice.
Those are good. Whatchamacallits are good too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a full size one, but it's a pretty good size one.
Oh, yeah.
Be a good house. 888-368-1580. All right. So Silver Pop says, I rarely watch any Philly sports teams. Can't stand their fans. I watched the game yesterday because Washington is, kind of growing on me. Finally, got to look at that tush push. To me, it looks like the entire O-line commits to a chop block at the D-line's kneecaps, and that's how they get that surge. No D-lineman's going to just lay there, stand there, and have them legs snap like twigs. Shouldn't this be illegal? Well, we have only seen one injury from this. I've only seen one. And that was when I believe Patrick Mahomes' kneecap went down to his ankle. That was a tush push. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of those.
That was a before the tush push.
Right. That was the OG. And since then, I don't know. Have you seen any injuries from tush pushes?
No. And I watch Philly quite a bit. So no, I haven't seen it. And also, yeah, like the defense, it doesn't seem like the defense is in any particular danger. You got to remember they're low as well on any running play. Everybody's doing that. Like that you're getting as low as you possibly can to get as much leverage. It's not like they're standing straight up and then having to try and stop these guys. They are also low. So I don't know that they're necessarily getting their, going at their kneecaps or anything like that. And
it's like being pushed over by a glacier. You're not really getting chopped. You know what I mean? It's not like a it's like a
and there's a reason why everybody can't do this.
And that's why them guys poop their pants.
Well, that's part of it, I'm sure. Yeah, you can't
say that.
If anybody could do this, if everybody was afraid of that happening to their legs, why don't other teams do it? The Eagles have success with it because their offensive line is particularly good and their quarterback squats like 250.
Philly fan says, Daniels exposed. Go Birds. First off, Jaden Daniels is a fine quarterback. Exposed for what? I mean, it's not just him. They had, there's the O-line. There's the,
he didn't even have a bad game yesterday. What do you mean?
I wouldn't even say exposed.
Yeah, he just had a slightly below average game, which you hate to see in that particular spot. But, okay.
Hefty Lefty says, as a fan of dark chocolate, if they made 100 grand bars with dark chocolate, I'd consider them an elite tier candy bar. Thank you for listening to my fat guy TED Talk.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, though. You're right. I think I would love that if it was dark chocolate. I like dark chocolate a lot. Moist one says, I got a whopping 2 points from Scary Terry. Yeah, that was hard to see. I only got 20 points from Jalen Hurts.
I had a Terry to score anytime touchdown and 60 yards parlay. The bar was low.
Yep.
And he still didn't clear it. So
that's
just the way the game went.
Devil Hawk says your mom was exposed. Eagles fan, a Philly fan, but yeah,
I don't know. You're a Philly fan. Well, isn't that punishment enough?
Mm-hmm. Well, they won. Swazman says I finally won a parlay. 25 cents got me 70 cents. You know me. I do it for entertainment purposes. What was your parlay here? Jalen Hurts, anytime touchdown scorer. Saquon Barkley, anytime touchdown scorer. That's it.
But those are two nice ones to put together. But that seems
is that really much of a parlay? Just two things?
Yeah, I mean that's the responsible person's parlay. Like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do when you bet, not the 18 leg monstrosity that I've seen some people.
Honey, where's the pink slip to my car? Big George says, by the way, for your island, yes, Cromwell Island, 72 million. He says that's an estimated 30-year mortgage, $440,000 a month. Yeah, if I really felt like I needed to, you could stretch those mortgages out longer. I mean, if I win the lottery, I'm paying cash. So what's the problem? Philly fan says, wow, mom jokes. And they say Philly fans are classless. Crawl back in your hole, Devil Hawk. Ooh, look at that. We haven't had texter on texter crime in a while.
Your mom joke is what the bar for classless is now. That's wow.
Well, Philly fans are classless.
They are, but that's
nothing personal, Philly fan.
Yeah, just that's not the bar is much lower than that in Philadelphia. that barely qualifies as a joke in Philadelphia.
Yeah, you got dead baby jokes coming your way. All right, so
Philly
careful
fans,
what you ask for.
Philly fans can go there if you want them to really go there.
So Jalen Hurts, did he or did he not have a concussion? I don't know. But since he's joking around about it, maybe he was just a good knock to the head, and maybe he got away with one. And I don't know. Maybe it was just so mild he was able to talk his way through it. I still don't understand, how do they even? I know there's like a set thing where they ask certain questions,
and then try to check your eye movement and some other things. Like if you're not capable of keeping your eyes still, you're done. That you can go ahead and just end that right there. So things like that, they're it's not a foolproof test, but it does work enough of the time.
So it was a good day for Saquon Barkley. 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
And probably a lot of fantasy football points too, right? 30, 35?
I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, according to the CBS Sports, it was 33. But,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But boy, finally a game for him, because he has what I call Alvin Kamara's disorder. Now, I used to have Alvin Kamara in the fantasy football back in the day. Drew Brees was playing. So here comes Alvin Kamara. They're like, go get him, Alvin Kamara. Yards. And he stopped at the 3-yard line. All right, good for you, Alvin Kamara. So now you're going to hand the ball to Alvin Kamara. All right. No, Phil, Drew Brees, you bastard. You just ran it himself. Son of a bitch. Here comes Alvin Kamara. Oh, he's got you all the way down to the 2-yard list. They're going to give it to him, right? No, there goes Taysom Hill. God damn it. All right, here comes Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara would workhorse the damn ball, and they'd never let him take it in the end zone. That just wreaked havoc on your fantasy football numbers.
A lot of it, put Drew Brees to the side there for a second. A lot of that was just Taysom Hill. Sean Payton had this obsession with Taysom Hill.
They both took turns. They did take turns.
Yeah, but Taysom more, because Taysom wouldn't be on the field at all. And then here comes Taysom Hill on the goal line, and you just go, why?
If that made me mad, I'm surprised Alvin Kamara didn't ask for a trade. He's been on that team all this. He's like outlasting everyone.
DeAndre Swift, who was in Philadelphia last year, and he's with the Bears this season. I mean, DeAndre Swift was talking about how they'd get to the goal line, and then Jalen would just apologize to him because they knew what play was about to get called in.
Because guess who the poacher is? Jalen Hurts.
He's like, I'm sorry, dude. They're going to call this play, and it works every time. So, like, why would we run anything else?
So before last night, 2 touchdowns, Saquon Barkley. Hooray. The last 9 touches he had ended at the 1-yard line. Most of all in football went like this. The next play after, he got them there. Hurts touchdown. Hurts touchdown. Hurts rush. Next play, Hurts touchdown. Hurts touchdown. Hurts touchdown. Saquon rush, lost yardage. Hurts touchdown. Hurts rush, fumble. Hurts touchdown. That's how they reward Saquon Barkley for getting down there.
The thing is, it's not about the reward, right? Like, you're trying to win the football game, and we have a play.
Don't act like he couldn't smash that bleep through.
He could, but you have a play that when you're within 2 yards of your destination, it works every time. Every single time. The play almost never fails. Why would you run anything else?
The man's got a family. The man's got a family.
I understand that. He's getting paid pretty well. He'll be okay.
Get paid better if he had more touchdowns. They're going to sit there across the table from him saying, well, to be honest, here's the thing. Most blah, 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 and he's like, Jalen Hurts.
But the thing is, it's not Jalen Hurts calling his own number. It's just the logical fact that this is the play that almost never fails. You shouldn't run anything else. You just shouldn't run anything else. Like, I feel bad for Saquon.
That's why Saquon starts hurdling people backwards. He's like, I can't stop at the 2. I got to go all the way.
I mean, he does. I mean, one of the touchdowns he scored last night was from 23 yards out.
He's like,
That's what it's going to take.
Not taking no for an answer.
They are going to run the play that always works. I'm sorry, the tush push always works.
I have expect at some point the frustration they're going to be set up is like hut hike, and at that moment, Saquon Barkley knocks Hurts out of the way and takes the snap and wildcats it in. It's almost what he has to do. Poor guy.
I feel bad for him, but if you're Nick Sirianni, I don't know how you make any other decision.
Give him a chance. You have like 4 downs at that point. You got 4 downs to work with. Let him have one.
You just don't take the chance.
You let him have one.
And okay, if
he's Saquon effing Barkley, if it's somebody else,
if something
his name's not Brian Robinson.
If something fluky happens and he fumbles the football, then you go, why didn't you just run the tush push? The play we run that always works. I'm sorry, you have to run it. You just don't have a choice. You have to run it. There's no. I'd
be like, I want to go someplace else. I don't want to play here anymore. If you're gonna let me get my own touchdowns, that ain't no fun for me. I'm out of here.
I think that Saquon Barkley wants to be on a team that plays in football games that matter. A thing that never happened when he was playing in New York with the Giants. These games matter. He gets to be on a team that's above 500, will probably win the division, has a really good chance of going to an NFC title game. No, you don't leave that just because, Jalen's getting the touchdowns. Because you know what else gets you money? You know what other incentives are in his contract? NFC title game incentive, Super Bowl incentive. Like, go out there.
I got your back, Saquon. Nobody else here does, but I do. I feel you, man.
I feel bad for the guy. I genuinely do. You
So
run
drives
the
a
play
lot,
that
doesn't.
doesn't fail.
He says Keon is right. All right, fine. I got you, Saquon.
It doesn't fail. Why would you run anything else?
Booger Wolf.
Until they stop it.
Yeah.
Booger Wolf says, in my personal opinion, I think there should be a lot more Philly fans stuck on that drug trank. Just like those goofs on Kensington Avenue. Go Niners, he says.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure either, but I just said drug stuff. Thundar San Barbarian says, I don't think the Eagles should have played Jalen Hurts at all last night. I mean, he could have gotten hurt, and then he wouldn't have been able for next week. Hopefully the Lions will learn from this and sit Amon-Ra St. Brown on Sunday so he won't get hurt. Need to keep those guys safe from injury this week. Playing them next week should be fine, not this week.
But this is a game to seal the top of the division for them. That's an important game. I think they wanted to win that. I think they have to win that. His job is NFL quarterback. You have to play him. What are you trying to coddle him for?
Oof. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I saw a guy online the other day. He hit 13 of 14 legs on his parlay. He missed turning a $40 bet into $26,000 by one Devin Booker assist.
Oh, God.
Hard not to laugh or cry at that. Feel like we just did have a moment of silence for that guy.
An involuntary moment of silence. I can't. Oh, man.
Big George, we already told you we're not doing that. He says, when are we going on the hot seat? We haven't done that bit in years.
He requests it every now and then just to see if it'll come back.
We haven't done that bit in so long.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing that.
We did it the first year I was here, and then never again.
I mean, we could.
We could. It was all right. It was.
Do I even have the music for that on the hot seat?
No, you and I would just do it. Remember? On the hot seat. On the hot seat. That was it. That's
that was the music. Yeah,
that's our budget. So we may have had music, but the hot seat part was just you and me doing that. Sir Drives a Lot says everyone is sad for the missed parlay. Of course you are. You feel for the guy.
When you get 13 out of 14, that just feels cruel. Like the
poor guy is in his apartment screaming at his TV, yelling at Devin Booker so loud Devin Booker actually hears him. You selfish bastard! I got one more assist. You ball hog mofo.
I had a parlay the other day that went up in smoke because I bet on Franz Wagner, plays for the Magic, to score 30 points. Franz Wagner stopped at 29 points. Mm-hmm. I have never been so sad.
Yep.
That one hurt. That one felt real bad.
That's called gambling. That's the risk. And that is
Why
the
they call it
heartbreak.
gambling.
And that's
Yep.
why I do not bet a lot of money.
Uh-oh.
Can't afford to lose it that way.
Now I see where he's coming from. Thundar the San Barbarian, who's hoping they would sit Amon-Ra St. Brown, says, Keon, my fantasy game is against Jeffrey this week, and more important, and sitting those guys would be really helpful to me. So,
Oh, to you
why do
specifically.
you say like Keon has any say? Like he's going to get on the phone. Yeah, we need to sit Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah,
Who is
Dan,
this? You know goddamn well who this is.
Dan, I know you want to bite some kneecaps, but can we save the kneecaps this week? We can go double at the kneecaps next week.
Listen, the
I don't
way
have
things have
him-
been
I don't
going
have him
for
on
me,
speed dial.
the way things have been going for me, Thundar, you're good. I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, I only got 20 points out of Jalen Hurts, and normally I get 30. But and I'll tell you what, after the Fantasy Football King yesterday gave me all that bleep, like, oh, you don't ever sit Jalen Hurts. If I see, our boy Jared Goff get 22 points.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is you're thinking about the ceiling. He's thinking about the floor. Like if the chance that Goff doesn't quite reach that number is higher than
I got to
Jalen
take
not
some
reaching.
risks. I'm in the basement. I got to
right,
maybe
well,
take some risks.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I didn't play him. I'm going to be grumpy if suddenly Jared Goff has like 35 points. That'd be just my luck, though, Thundar. So watch for Jared Goff to have a huge game. Amon-Ra St. Brown to miss the flight or something. And then, you're probably going to do well. All right. We got to take a break. We'll come back with On This Date in Big George's sports history, and we'll wrap it up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Let's go! ABC Wednesday, country music's biggest night, the CMA Awards.
Let's party, Nashville!
Kicks off with this year's must-see collaboration, Post Malone featuring Chris Stapleton, live. With electrifying performances by Lainey Wilson, Shabuzi, Ashley McBride, Luke Bryan, plus Thomas Rhett and Teddy Swims. Woo! Luke Bryan, Peyton Manning, and Lainey Wilson host the CMA Awards live Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin. And over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
After you use Bounce Dryer Sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer Sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry,
Build up to Black Friday with savings all month long at Lowe's. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. And don't wait to pick up holiday inflatables under $20. Don't wait to save in-store or online now, because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items while supplies last.
1580, The Fanatic.
Oh, poop. Poop. Tickets. I forgot. Tickets. So anybody want to go to the game? Now's your chance. You just text in, I want to go to that ASU game, and then we'll do a random number generator thing when the show's over, and I'll send you a text message there. Sorry about that. I totally just, that's the thing. Time is a weird construct here on the Daily Blender. 1 minute, we got all this time in the world, and the next minute, I'm going, oh, poop, and then I got to give away tickets. So 888-368-1580. Just say, I want them ASU tickets, and we'll put you in for a random number generator drawing at the top of the hour here. Now, this is for Sunday, 6 p.m. It's ASU versus St. Thomas. One pair plus parking passes. I love parking passes. That right there is like, I don't like to leave the house. So if you say, hey, you got some tickets, I'm like, got a parking pass. Ooh, free parking? Love the free parking. Let's do the free parking. That's why when we went to see Dave Attell over at Stand Up Live, I was like, I got to go downtown Phoenix. Okay, so I check, make sure my life insurance has been paid up, and then I'm like, then I gotta park somewhere. I pull in the lot. The dude's like $40 to park. I'm like, how do I turn around and get out? And he's like, why are you here? I'm here for the Dave Attell. Oh, no. They'll validate your parking. Oh, okay, cool. So I got free parking for that. And so that was nice. But man, for a minute there, I was like, 40? 40? I've never paid 40 to park in my life. It's 20. Did it go up? If you go to a Suns game, is it 40 now? Or is it still 20?
I don't know. I haven't been in a while.
Yeah, I don't go downtown unless I have to. And only in daylight.
Magnificent Mr. Mormon says, since you don't seem to ever have enough time to get through everything, have you ever thought about doing a fourth hour? Can we block him? We're blocking him right now.
Just
Yeah,
we
let's go ahead and block him.
We have
Yep.
discussed
Mhm.
this. There's just
Yep.
there's no way that is
Wait.
happening.
He says, like the guys down the dial. Who does 4 hours? Nobody's doing 4 hours.
Slash 3 hours of if you had a fourth hour, it's still but now
You talking
it's
about this show?
no.
Oh,
No. Down the dial.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just saying. I just wanted to be clear.
No.
So, what show are you talking about, Mormon? Slow Mozo, I see you. Latina Leprechaun says, what are the odds that Jeffrey will be watching the CMA Awards next Wednesday on ABC?
I will take it. It'll be minus 500. He will not tune in.
It's more like minus a million. I will not tune in.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I'm tuning in. Not even accidentally. It's not happening. It's just not happening. I hate country music. Can't stand it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The sports book wouldn't list the odds.
No.
It's not happening.
No. Why don't you ask yourself, would Jeffrey cut off his arm? Yes. A million times, yes, before I'd watch the CMAs. Oh, those guys? Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's a weird timing. That's weird. That's a weird shift. Huh. Nope.
Oh, that would require so much more money.
Yes.
Because we've mentioned it on this show. We can be bought.
Oh, no, absolute
Yeah.
sellouts. I'm a whore, he a whore. We all whore.
Hello.
We whore.
Yep.
But there's a certain point where you better back up a truck because I'm just like, no, magnificent Mr. Mormon, that is not happening. All right, let's see here. We got to kill some time while till the weekend starts. I guess we could do this right now.
Why don't we do it right now?
I say we do it right now.
Let's do it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1952, an NBA record 13 players, 5 Baltimore Bullets, 8 Syracuse Nationals fouled out in an overtime game. So many Syracuse players fouled out that the officials let some of the players back in the game so the Nationals could keep 5 men on the court. Yeah, this was really desperate and sad. So how they did that was whenever those players fouled another time, then the other team was given a technical foul in addition to the free throws. So it's like, well, you're fouled out. So now if that fouled out person fouls again, Not only is it the 2, you get an extra one.
Wow.
That's a desperate game in 1952, but the Baltimore Bullets won 97-91. I don't know if that's, got like one guy fouls out in a game, maybe. Sometimes, like rarely 2.
I know in college basketball, I've seen games
13.
where like 2 guys foul out, and I've seen a 3, which is already wild. But double digits of guys fouling. I mean, that seems
like that was a real defensive game, wasn't it?
That's excessive. Like,
it can't be good defense. You're fouling out,
and
your entire team and your bench.
A game like that, you'd think would be like 28-25. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was 97-91. Granted, in overtime, but still, that's not an abnormal score.
You got to factor in all the foul shots they were taking.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, free throw line.
Because every foul was 3, not
13 players. So that's 13 times 6.
And if it's a technical foul, you get the ball back.
Yeah.
No, but count that out. In regular play, that's 13 times 6. That's how many free throw shots, presumably.
Yeah.
13 times 6 times 2. Right?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
13 times 6 times 2.
Oh,
That's
no.
how many free throws there. Man, I'd have left the game in the first quarter.
I was told there'd be no math.
That was a lot of math right there. Hey, here's a little update to your injury report. Marshawn Lloyd missed Friday's practice. What a puss. Appendicitis. Come on, man. You're a running back. By the way, how long are people out with appendicitis these days? With the appendix coming out?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I was out for the year. Now I was down for a couple of weeks, and then I was not able to do Hell Week. And if you miss Hell Week, then you weren't able to play that year. So I probably could have gone back and actually played. It's just you weren't allowed where I was. So, but then I started seeing people like, they'll be back in a couple of days. Like, what? Like, I mean, I saw a coach had appendicitis and he was back like a week or 2 later, and he was just like, got his clipboard. And that's not the same as playing. So how long do you think Marshawn Lloyd is going to be out?
It says on the Goog that full recovery takes about 6 weeks.
All right. So 6 weeks. So, yeah. All right. That's fine. Put him on the IR, bring him back in the practice window, and then let him play when he's ready. So, but anyways, Marshawn Lloyd, not like he was setting the world on fire, right? So appendicitis, that sucks.
Yeah.
Carlton Davis broke his thumb at practice yesterday, but he's going to play. The Lions cornerback will play, but with a cast.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Which hand? Which hand was it?
Who cares?
Well, it does matter because if you're right-handed, left-handed, I don't know, what side of the field you're playing, which arm is going to go up. Are you trying to get an interception? Not sure what's up with that. So whatever the case, Carlton Davis is probably not going to be as effective as normal. How's that then? Also, Harrison Butker, he went ahead and posted up. He says, "Hey, my surgery went great. I'll be back to telling real women that their place is pregnant in the kitchen in no time."
I don't think that was a direct quote. I think you made that up.
No, I'm pretty sure he said that. You make me a sandwich. Yeah, but then a woman's group, this is a real quote, said, "Hey, Harrison, real men don't miss work." I was like, good for you, girls.
Oh my God.
Wow. I like that. Moist One says, that dude's going to be swatting receiver hands with a cast. Oh, very effective. No, I don't think so. I mean, you think...
I mean, he won't be intercepting any passes anytime soon, but he might be able to break them up.
Hit it down like a ping pong paddle. Slow-Mo Zoe says, what if the fourth dimension got a collection going for the fourth hour? You could be collecting a long-ass time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You don't even know my number.
That number is not small.
Number's got seven figures in it. 2 commas.
Bruno Baller says, hey, Keon, Arizona basketball at Wisconsin tonight. Will they lose? Hope so.
I hope so.
That's my analysis.
I
hope so.
I hope so too. I mean, we know they're good at basketball down there.
Are they still?
Yeah.
Are they?
Oh, I thought they stank. I thought they were going to stank. So they're still
Football.
good?
Football, they're terrible.
They're still good. Football, they're awful. I think
Then
they-
let's never talk about
they'll
basketball.
probably lose again this weekend, to be honest.
They're playing
Moist-
Houston tonight.
Moist One says, I volunteer a moist minute for the 4th hour.
No.
All but guaranteeing that that'll never happen.
No.
I think that's the end of the show now.
Yeah.
I got to go turn on Netflix and see if Jake Paul gets sent to the hospital. I'm so glad I didn't have to pay for this. My wife is in the cat. She'd pay for this fight. I'm like, all right, we'll pay for the fight. We've seen some good boxing matches and some good UFC stuff, right? But she said, pay for this. I'm like, not with my money. No, no,
Not with my money. You do what you
No.
want with yours, but
no. You're gonna have to get into your Christmas fund because nope. But we already get it. So, all right, guys, have a great weekend. We'll be back in your radios on Monday at 3 p.m. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
ABC Wednesday.